Columbus.
Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth.
Mr. T-Bone.
And a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyus pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Oh, yeah. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. What's up on T-Bone? He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Oh, good morning, Mr. T-Bone.
How was your weekend, buddy?
It was kind of a blur.
Oh, yeah?
When you're packing.
Song 2, Blur?
When you're packing and moving, it all kind of just runs together. And it's just like, I'm at that point where I'm just like, let's get it over with. Let's just get to it. Like, Thursday can't come fast enough.
Now you're moving. How far?
Right around the corner. Right around the corner. It is unbelievable.
And you're getting a truck?
Yes.
Right? Like I'm saying you guys aren't obviously doing this yourselves.
I was down to do it, but yeah.
You got overruled.
Yeah.
As probably was a smart idea by your wife to not have. Well, there's one of you. I have no doubt you probably could do some of the moving.
I rounded up a crew.
Okay. Do you still have friends that would come over and help you do that?
Yeah.
You're 30, though.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's the cutoff.
31.
Oh, I'm saying you've hit 30. Like, once you hit 30, that's when you have grown people money, and that's when you have friends who have kids, and everybody's like, I'm sorry, take care of that yourself. I'm not coming over.
No, that's yes, but
the
thing is, when we were in our 20s, I helped them move. So technically, they owe me.
So they've never reciprocated?
No, I never collected mine. Yeah, I never,
Well, that's different. I do acknowledge that's totally different.
They owe me a favor.
I would rather send you like $50 to go towards your moving expense than actually help you move.
Well, I'm gonna let you know in today's society, $50 can't get you nothing.
Well, I'm just contributing. I'm not paying for the whole move.
$50 ain't even a dent in it nowadays.
I
remember U-Haul used to be like I used to see it advertised. It's like $89, $89.99, and like $129. That's not the case.
I remember. Well, see,
the case
this shows you how old I am. I'm this year's old. Where I remember they had it on the truck for $19.99. Now that was for like the little tiny one, so you could move like a washer and dryer or something. But yeah, it definitely wasn't hundreds of dollars to rent a U-Haul. And then the U-Haul doesn't come with you men or you women to help you move. It's just you, U-Haul.
That's all
by yourself.
I just need, if it was me and another me, I could handle this.
That's fair. I could see that.
Yeah.
I think you would plow through, get it done.
But with some of my former athletic friends that just so happen to live in town, it's not like they busy.
Well, I mean, that would be, but are they all sore and old? Like, have they gotten to a point where they're starting to feel all the football catching up to them?
I feel like no.
Okay.
I feel like I might be the only one out of that bunch that's like really feeling it, like in the knees though.
Oh, but that's where you have to lift. You don't want to lift with the back. You got to lift with the knees. That's what they tell you. Everything blows out.
T-Bone, it's one of those things that like I don't feel it once I get going. Like,
I see.
Good.
It's the start.
Yeah, you gotta start it up. It's like when you got that bad engine, you got to keep revving the engine and get it going.
Yeah,
you got to keep turning that key and hitting the accelerator. That's me.
Yeah. See, I think I'm trying to think the last time I helped someone move. Actually, I guess it wasn't that long ago. It was.
You passed 30. Way past.
No, but here I had my reasons. Okay, so we had friends who lived not far from us, and they were moving. They were like down the street neighbors from us, and we had been friendly with them. They were a nice couple. They had told me that, because I said, oh, they were moving like across the country. And so then they had said, yeah, we're going to have a bunch of people from our church come over, and they're going to move.
Okay.
Now, without saying what kind of church it was, I thought their church was a little weird. Okay, just being honest.
Okay.
So I volunteered to go help move, mostly because I wanted to see how weird these people were that were coming from the church.
That's best stuff.
And let me tell you, it was worth it. It was worth it. because they came from the church with shirts on, like with like a name of like the youth group or something. Like it was like a youth group project where they made all these like 12-year-olds come out and move their stuff. And I was like, I feel like this is weird. I feel like this is odd. So then I was out there helping. And one of the like people from the church came up to me and he was like, he put his hand on my shoulder, like this grown up. He comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, just wanted to say, why did you don't go to our church? Why did you come and help?" And I'm like, "Because I'm their friend and I thought I would be helpful." And they were like, "So you have no reason to do this? You just know like," and they were like, "Do you go to church?" I was like, "Nah." And they were like, "So you're not getting any heaven brownie points for this?" And I'm like, "No, guess not. I'm just here." And they were like blown away by the fact that I just went to help a friend move. So I did do that once. That was like within the last...
But it was for the wrong reasons.
Oh, it was very much for selfish... to find out how crazy everybody was. And,
oh, man.
It was, yeah. Also, I mean, how often do you get a chance to look at your neighbor's stuff, right?
Wow.
Like I had... like this guy...
He had some good stuff.
This guy's a super nice guy. Really nice dude.
Is he single?
No. Married, and then like they had like 4 kids.
Oh, okay.
So like lots of kids.
I'm surprised they needed help. They,
well,
put the kids to
work. They did. The kids were all being put to work, but so were a bunch of their friends. They had like this whole army of people come from the church to help. But here's the thing. I wanted to find out what they had because you never know.
You're a nosy neighbor.
Let me tell you what, lots of Legos. Like,
well, I mean,
an abnormal amount of Legos.
They got kids.
No. These were like the kind that are you build them and then they're in a glass case.
Oh,
and like
he's a collector.
Yeah. So like the dad had all that. Also a lot of guns. This guy had, I found out. I didn't know he had any guns. And I found out he had an arsenal, this guy.
Yeah.
He was ready to go for whatever the case was. So let him live.
The zombie apocalypse. He ready.
Oh, I know whose house I would have gone to if that was going down. I would have been knocking on their door in a minute. So yeah, that was so I haven't helped anybody move for a while, but you know what? If you ask nicely, I guess I would come over and help.
It was too late.
Good.
It's too late. I've already sent the payments.
You have people coming over who are going to move.
Yeah.
Your nice stuff, but let's be real. There's also a lot of crap that you probably have in your house that they're going to move
that's
too.
That's what you realize when you move and like, as you packing, like you realize like I packed a lot. But there's still a lot to go. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, when did I get all of this stuff?
This is where you need to declutter while you're moving.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think I am doing that.
Because otherwise,
but it's still a lot of stuff.
You're just paying people to move around the stuff you don't even want, to move around all your dumb crap.
And he is the only one I've ever met that can handle my junk.
Right. You're paying people to do that. Going to be a lot of men over there handling your junk this weekend. That's all I'm saying.
There could be a woman over there.
Wasn't the company called 2 Men in a Truck?
That's not the company I'm using.
College hunks hauling junk, right? That's what Hugh Freeze is looking for.
And he is the only one I've ever met that can handle my junk.
That's a thing.
College hunks handling junk.
That's a company.
That is not no company.
I promise you it is. I promise you it is.
College hunks.
They come like oiled up, ready to go.
College hunks hauling junk in Columbus too.
I told you. They're real. I didn't make this up.
Oh wow.
Dylan, you've heard of that company, right? I'm not making up stuff.
Oh, yeah.
College hunks hauling junk. They have like orange trucks. They drive all over the place.
Yeah.
But also more of Tyvis's jam, I guess, would be black tie moving. Gary LaVox of Rascal Flats, his company. They do it real fancy. Like they'll bring out a red carpet for you when you move.
What is it called?
Black tie moving.
So it's like elegant.
Black tie moving.
Yeah, it's a little more fancier. I'm sure it's more expensive.
Yeah, Tyvis is a former football player, so he needs the elegant movers, not the ones that us plebes use.
No.
Not the common folk that we all are. He's using the like door-to-door, best of the business, all that stuff.
Personally, I'd rather do it myself because it's like another workout for me.
Why am I not surprised?
I'm like,
but that's how
as I'm on this quest to lose 25 pounds.
As you admitted, you're only one person, Tyvis. I know that pains you to say, but you need a whole nother you to do the move. Just 2 Tyvises can move a whole house.
I got some furniture like, couches, beds, TVs, like that. That's when you need somebody else. Outside of that, I could have did it myself.
Mm-hmm.
You can be like pivoting, like in Friends, Ross. Pivot.
What if you don't have any friends? And you don't have any cash. How do you move?
Then you stay there.
Then you're probably not moving.
Or you better hope you have some small stuff that you can fit in your car and drive over yourself.
You can't like rent friends for a day. Like,
no, that's what we gave you two options.
That's what movers are, right? Like that. They're not. Those are your friends for the day,
but they're expensive.
What if you just were really lonely and you're like, I'm hiring movers, but guys, just come chill out. Like I bought pizza and wings and there's a game on. You don't have to help me move anything. Let's just hang out. I need some friends. That, you know what? If you're super rich and bored, that might work.
You know what I would say? Am I still getting paid?
Yeah. Then there you go. So the Crew signed a player over the weekend. It's kind of a big deal. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. Well, when it comes to the roads, we are noticing some really intense patches of fog out there, especially for folks over on the east side. Etna, Pataskala, looking at you, taking a closer look at your traffic cam. 70 at State Route 310, looking very dicey this morning. We're about a quarter mile of visibility in your neck of the woods. Want to make sure folks are taking it nice and easy on the roads, and thankfully they are right now. No problems or accidents reports. Looking pretty good for your Monday. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Hi, I'm in a whirlwind of college prep. Gotcha. We've got affordable solutions to create the perfect college living space. Great. And visit our website to see how verified college students with an IKEA family account can receive a one-time use 15% off coupon. Nice. You guys think of everything. Pretty much. Offer ends 9/30/25. Valid ID required. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See IKEA-USA.com/ready-for-college for complete terms.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Central Ohio contractors and homeowners. 3D Cabinetry is your go-to for fast, hassle-free service from order to install. 3D Cabinetry delivers fully assembled all-wood affordable cabinets. Visit 3dcabinetry.net today for your free consultation. That's 3dcabinetry.net.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
When was the last time you could just jump out of bed without having to worry about your knee or back? You probably have this in the back of your mind. This will disappear, but nothing has ever changed. It's Tyvis Powell, and it's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Wolkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. There are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. I'm glad that I did. Let me tell you about my experience. Other patients and myself have turned our lives around with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissues. Natural cellular therapies, no scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and a thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
We're rebranding our AM station, and the first order of business is bringing back the and Show. It's been gone for 15 years. All the fun starts Tuesday, September 2nd on the yet-to-be-named 1460 The Fans HD2.
Summer is in full swing. If you think you're hot, well, so are your trees. You can help your trees by watering them, especially if they're newly planted. During the hot, dry summer months, your trees could use a water boost. Watering new trees a few times a week will help them survive while they're developing their root system, so don't forget about them. To find out more about watering trees or to find a certified arborist near you, go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
At And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
Ohio's educators are dedicated to their students, but we can't do it alone. We need strong partnerships with parents and guardians, and we need support from our leaders to ensure our schools have the resources they need to provide a world-class education for every child. No exceptions. When we work together, our students win.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White here with your 10 weather impact forecast as we kick off the week here today on your Monday. We're tracking partly cloudy skies, but also the chance for a few scattered showers and storms here for the afternoon. Not as widespread as what we had over the weekend, but still a chance here for today. Otherwise, it will be hot and humid with highs around 90, and then we got lower 90s here for Tuesday and Wednesday, but another chance for showers and storms as a cold front arrives here on Wednesday, and that's going to knock our high temperatures down into the upper 70s with more sunshine here as we wrap up the week on Thursday and Friday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We have got a packed show for you today. We have got audio coming up in Clip That at 6:30 that I would contend 85, 90% of our audience has never heard before, which I know is like most of the audio we play, but I'm saying it's someone famous that you've probably heard a lot of, but you've never heard them like this. So we're going to play that at 6:30. Also, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, 7:45, our overachiever of the week. Someone over the weekend had a big weekend, but that guy, his history, we are going to talk about as being a bit of an overachiever. So we will get to that. Also, at some point today, we have to talk about how the segment we usually do is called Tyvis Eats a Thing, maybe. But we have to talk about Dylan ate a thing definitely over the weekend that we have to discuss. Well, he had we can just say what it is. He had a donut.
He's ridiculous.
But he had a donut and then another donut, and then sandwiched in between that was a burger at the Ohio State Fair. How was the donut burger, Dylan?
It was delicious. Better than ever.
Do you not have any shame?
It's a yearly tradition for me. That's what I do. It's you walk right past the Celeste Center. There's a big sign with a picture that says donut burger.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Sounds heavenly.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
The first time you saw this, like, what about it? Did you just say, you know what?
When I saw the picture, I said, oh, man, I need to have that in my stomach right now. And I went and bought it.
See, I'm the opposite.
Why?
I'm the opposite. That just doesn't appeal to me. Like,
don't even, I mean, do you like
donut?
Do you like a donut?
Yeah, separately.
But, well, okay, hold on.
I sent you a picture. There's vegetables on there, too.
Yeah,
there was lettuce.
there you go.
There was onion. You could get it with tomato if you want. I'm not a tomato guy.
Basically a health food.
That's worse than the bun.
Basically a health food. Now, yet on Friday, you were very nice and you brought us breakfast. You bought breakfast, had a DoorDash to you.
Yes.
And it was Bojangles.
Yeah.
We had chicken biscuits, right?
Wasn't they good?
So, it was delicious. It was a spicy filet
It needed some jelly.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Is you act like when we say donut and burger, you're like, why would you have like a sweet donut with a savory burger? But chicken on a biscuit, which is a savory and good thing, you're like, let's put some sweetness on there. And
no.
What do you mean no? It's chicken. It's not sweet.
It's a donut. Donuts are bad for you.
No, food is not bad for you.
Well,
too much of anything is bad for you. Too much jelly is bad for you. Too much riboflavin is too bad for you.
15 calories.
That's right, we did.
I'll look up how many calories the donut burger is.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to be pushing 1,000. That'd be my guess.
That would be short.
I'm guessing, right? Yeah. It's a burger and then cheese, I'm sure, and a bunch of toppings, and then 2 donuts. Donuts have got to be at least 250, 300 calories a piece.
I will say that I did try the wrap from Burger King, Dylan.
Yes.
I think it's the best one.
It's better than the Popeyes one?
I think it's the best one.
I got to get it. All I've been doing is eating the McDonald's snack wrap. One. I need to go to Popeyes and get theirs. Yeah. If I've had it, it's been a long time. I don't remember it.
That snack wrap from Burger King was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. They had some.
Don't they have a honey mustard flavor? Like you can get different sauces on it, right?
They got the same ones that Popeyes got: classic, spicy, or hot honey mustard.
Okay, yeah,
you're right. This has around 1,100 calories.
Thank
for the
you.
Donut burger.
That's ridiculous.
I thought it was going to be more than that. I might have 2 next time.
There you go. That's right.
As long as you walking it off, you got to walk.
You're walking around the fair.
I walked it off. I took my daughter and my niece and my nephew to do the rides. So we were walking a lot, and it was hot.
Oh my wife and I will never do those rides ever again. Did I tell you the story about the last time I went to Ohio State Fair?
No.
So I was a rookie in Seattle. It was a real quick story, and then we'll get back on.
No,
topic.
You're fine. Let's get off topipic as much as possible, please.
I was a rookie in Seattle, so you get the 6-week break before camp starts. So my wife was she was going into her senior year at Ohio State, so that was our last time to spend some time together before we lived in 2 different cities. So she said, let's go to the fair. So I remember we went to Taco Bell first, got the double crunch wrap, which was delicious. And then we went in and we got on some rides. So one of the rides we got on, it was one of them that your seat twists in a circle, but the ride takes you in a circle like a
scrambler type ride.
I don't know what the name of it is, but that's what it was like, right? So as the ride is ending, right, we get into the end, right? It's this group in front of us. Soon as the ride stops, she's on the ground and we're in the air. She throws up.
Oh.
She throw up. I'm talking about throw up.
Yeah.
And my wife looked at me and I looked at her and I said, if that would have been just 10 seconds ago, it would be all over us.
Oh. It would be all over everyone at the fair.
When I tell you that if that would have got on me, y'all would have got right on the news and seen Tyvis foul. Local former Ohio State Buckeye, now Seattle Seahawk, has went to jail. That's what would have happened.
Your kids wouldn't exist.
Make a long story short, I have not been to a fair. I have not been on a ride at a fair since that day.
Did you ever think, though, that person who had the sickness, maybe the entire ride, they're like, I have to hold this in because they knew if I let this go, they might need like a I don't know, gold star or something, I don't know what kind of award you can give.
Said they must have really held that in. I applaud them for doing
good
that.
For them, because I can't imagine feeling that way on a ride and being able to hold it in that time. Good for them. All right, so the Columbus Crew signed a player over the weekend. This has been talked about. If you're a diehard Crew fan, this isn't a surprise, but for the rest of the people, I'm sure it was a little bit of a who is this person? Wessam Abu Ali. He is coming over from Al Ali, an Egyptian team where he scored a lot of goals. He is a number 9, so he is a forward. He is a big, tall dude who should be able to hopefully kind of add to this Crew offense. They've needed someone up top who can bang in goals, who that's their just number 1 primary job. And so it looks like that's what they're getting here, but pretty big transfer fee for this guy. So he is expected to come in and be a dude for this team. And they need that. They need someone to replace, no one replaces Cucho Hernandez up top, but they need someone who can come in and be a focal point for the rest of that offense, which is really good. They just need a guy that can now hammer home some goals. Hopefully he can be that guy for them.
Where do they currently sit right now?
In the standings? They got smoked Friday night, which was not a great showing against Orlando, which is bad. I want to say they're either 4th or 5th.
They've been sitting 4th for most of the season.
Yeah, here's my rule with the way to judge. They're 4th right now. They're on 44 points. Philadelphia's first with 50, if I'm seeing this correctly. Making sure I'm looking at the correct standing. Sometimes Google messes with that. Yeah, so they're not out of anything by this stretch. They could easily go get that first place spot. They've got a lot of soccer left to play. However, my rule typically for the Crew with this current assemblage of talent, they should be top 4 in the East, bare minimum, for now. Like, if they go in a couple years and everyone gets traded and they get rid of all their guys and they have to do a rebuild, then that's different. But, like, with the talent they have, minimum, they should be top 4 every year. And right now, they are sitting 4th. Yeah. Miami hasn't played as many games as them, so that's a little concerning. If Miami does what they usually do when they play their games, they could catch Columbus, but the Crew should be in the top 4, bar none. Problem is, they played Orlando recently on Friday and lost. They played Nashville not too long ago, who's ahead of them in the standings, lost. So, like, when you're playing these teams that are around you in the standings, they played Miami, too, a while ago. That didn't go well. So, like...
Was that the game at the...
That was the one up in Cleveland, yeah. With Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
And I think they played a return leg on that, too, if I'm not mistaken, and that one was worse. Anyway, the point is, the Crew are good, but they need this reinforcement. They need this guy. And he is...
Yeah, it was 5-1.
Yeah, that was not great.
So one of my friends that's a Crew supporter, season ticket holder, he's who I get all my Crew info from, he says that the league that this dude played in kind of stinks, and that's a concern for him. Is that a concern for you?
I mean, it's look, he played. Here's the thing with this team, Al Ali. Now, I am not a huge Egyptian soccer fan. My buddy Sam Fahmy, he is from Egypt, and he is an Al Ali guy and a huge Crew fan. And so I always look to him if there's any news about Al Ali, I ask him, and he knows of this player and said, yeah, this is a good player. I'm excited about this guy coming here. So this guy, the thing to know about him, they just had the Club World Cup, which has been, if you saw any, like, Chelsea playing a big team, like, if you saw any of that recently, that was going on. Al Ali was in it. This dude bagged 3 goals in one game, like, against some of the best competition in the world. Al Ali is like the Yankees. I always do this with soccer teams. They're the Yankees of this country, but no joke, like, they are the team in Egypt and one of the probably 3 best teams in Africa, in the entire continent. So, like, I mean, he plays for one of the best teams in that part of the world. Now we'll find out if he can do it in MLS. But yes, your friend is not wrong that Egyptian league is not necessarily probably as good as MLS. But in that league, I think he had, I forget how many goals it was, but it was something like, if he's played 45 games, he had like 38 goals. He was scoring at like a goal a game almost clip. So now if he come into MLS and get us like 15 goals in a season, like, I'd take that in a second if we could get that from him.
What was his transfer fee?
They're saying it's high. They don't always disclose, but I think it's believed to be somewhere north of like $7 million, which, I mean, that's what you got to get for a player his caliber. I mean, we'll find out if he can get the job done. So there you go. There's your Crew update. They're playing in the, whatever the stupid cup is that MLS has done, the Leagues. I don't know if it's the Leagues Cup. Yeah, Leagues Cup. The thing that the Crew won last year, which was nice. This is where they play all the teams from Mexico. Yeah. So they're playing a game tomorrow night against
the CONCACAF.
Yeah, it's like that. CONCACAF is part of the. It's too confusing. Here's what you know. Tomorrow they're playing Toluca.
Where is it at?
I think that's in Mexico, I want to say. I could be wrong. Yeah. No, I'm wrong. It's at lower.com field. Why would I think that? Because they have it listed in a way that makes it look like it is. No, they're playing tomorrow, lower.com field. So you can go see Toluca tomorrow if you want to. All right, 2 minutes clip that. We have audio from a legend in broadcasting that I don't think you've ever heard. We'll do that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are still noticing some diciness out on the roads, and that's because of some really intense patches of fog, just depending on where you're coming from. Over on the east side, that's where we're noticing the lowest of visibility at a quarter mile, but the same situation for folks over in our southeast, over by Brookport, over by Circleville in our south, and especially over in Grove City this morning. So south, even downtown, our main concern. I guess the good news here, still no problems on the roads, no crashes or delays to report as of right now. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Columbus Aesthetic and Plastic Surgery. Visit experiencecaps.com today and use code TYVISCAPS for $1,000 off a NeoGraft treatment.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
Over the weekend, the award of the Ford C. Frick Award. Broadcasting legends get that in Major League Baseball, and it's how you can get into the Baseball Hall of Fame as someone who didn't play baseball. How you can get into Cooperstown. Well, Tom Hamilton received that over the weekend. Here's some of his acceptance speech.
Every opening day, we always remind the fans, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey, the roller coaster ride that is a baseball season every day for 6 months. For 36 years, we have been so blessed and fortunate to be a very small part of that journey in this great game of baseball. We remain so grateful for every inning, every mile, every friend, every laugh, every game. And now this truly is the final destination. I certainly do not feel deserving or worthy of this incredible honor, but wow, Mom was right. We'll take what we can get.
Well, that's good to hear the emotion. I mean, it's obviously, I think everybody in this state and around baseball, if you pay any attention to baseball, you know Tom Hamilton's legendary calls. You know what he means to the city of Cleveland. I mean, honestly, I would think even if you're a Reds fan, you're probably someone who's like, yeah, but Tom Hamilton's awesome.
Oh yeah, I don't think he has haters.
I don't know if he does.
Yeah,
he might. Yeah,
he's such a legend. Like and his calls are so iconic. I don't know how you could really dislike him.
I also feel like he's one of the last guys that does the play-by-play solo.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And that's a tough job. I don't think I could do that.
Because that was like, Vin Scully back in the day,
right?
Was just the whole game was his, and he could look over at no one and just go do that. Now, like Bob McElligott does that with the Blue Jackets broadcasts.
That's true, but he has Dylan in there to bounce something off of and every so often.
That's right.
Bob does do it solo 99% of the time.
He's calling the games,
yeah. But baseball, I feel like, is a tough one. There's so much dead space in between, and I feel like baseball is the hardest one to do by yourself.
Yeah, a lot of the clips you see, whenever like a clip goes viral in baseball, half the time it's because two guys are sitting there talking, and it's, like John Kruk is famous for throwing out something like, did you try that new sandwich there? And it's like, no, I haven't. Then they just talk about the sandwich for a minute until whatever happens. Tom Hamilton literally is just going by himself the entire time.
If I could do that.
Oh, most people can't. I know I can't. Like that would be
a whole game by yourself with nobody to bounce things off of.
Well, and I think sometimes people believe. Sorry, I had a little phlegm in there. I'm not getting choked up over Tom Hamilton.
I know it.
No, but no, honestly,
retired.
I wasn't getting. I was literally
you sound
joking.
like how Dylan's gonna be the day LeBron announced his retirement.
See, I was literally saying how hard it would be to do that by yourself, and then I talked for like 10 seconds, and my throat went on me. Anyway. No, but to sit there and talk about that stuff when you just need sometimes a moment to go, hang on, let me think. Now, he can't do that. He has to just keep the entertainment going himself. But I think there are a lot of people in broadcasting who think maybe they could do something like that if given the opportunity. As someone who has never called a game or anything, but has done talking on a microphone for 20 plus years, yeah, I good luck. If you think you could try that by yourself, I don't think that would be very easy. One of his iconic calls, this one a lot of people I know have heard. This is an epic moment that happened not too long ago with Jose Ramirez when there was a play at second that involved a former Chicago White Sox player.
Here it comes. A swing and a smash to first by the diving Vaughn. Down the right field line. Kicks into the corner. Ramirez on his way to second. Head first slide. Safe and in to score is Jimenez. And another hustle double. Right over the bag at first. Now Hosey and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're swinging. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. Ramirez went in with a head-first slide. Hosey never gets upset about anything. They came up chewing. Anderson squared off. Hosey decked him. It's a 5-1 Chicago lead, but everybody from the dugouts and the bullpens congregated around second base. You never see Jose Ramirez get upset like that.
That's that one went viral. I mean, immediately, just because of the fight.
Anderson, down goes.
Now, I have a very short clip of Tom Hamilton. I'm going to guess that a lot of people listening have not heard. This is Tom Hamilton calling an Ohio State basketball game back in the day.
14 for Jeff Bowles as Davis was hammered by Terry. And Davis will shoot two, 1:22 to play. Bobcats up by 17.
Now, you might say, hold on a second. He said Jeff Bowles. Jeff Bowles used to coach at Ohio State. Jeff Bowles, though, played at OU. That is a clip from the 1994 season, 94-95 season. Tom Hamilton used to call games with Bill Hoskett.
I was alive. I was just freshly born, but I was alive.
Dylan, were you alive for that?
Yeah, I'm older than Tyvis.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well, how old were you then? Like a year? Yeah. So, like, this is, I mean.
We're talking like he like 5 years older than me.
I can't remember how old he is. I don't remember. I'm learning everybody's ages, all right? I'm used to being the young one on my show. Now I'm on the old show I used to be on. Now I'm the old man. So I got to get used to that. Tom Hamilton, though, he called Buckeye games for Raycom Sports. They used to air them on Channel 6, Channel 10. And it would just be like locally here in town to watch these games. But he was Buckeye basketball legend Bill Hoskett was on with him, and they called these games, and that's how I first knew of Tom Hamilton, was that. He also did Clippers games for a while.
That's amazing that he really made his rounds like that.
He used to occasionally, I don't think he does it anymore, he used to occasionally call Big Ten basketball games. Like they'd have him on Big Ten Network. Just calling, usually they were Ohio State games.
Yeah.
But those games, that highlight specifically is from a game in 94. I went and looked up the box score. Like he said, OU was up 17 on Ohio State with like a minute to go. Ended up being a 78-67.
OU was up 17.
OU, oh yeah.
Yeah, for all you Buckeye basketball haters out there, we can go back to that time if you want to. Where we're losing by 17 to OU.
Tell me Gary
Just calm down. Let's just calm down.
Tell me Gary
Dylan, you got enough apologies for Jake Diebler on this radio station. We don't need another one, but that's good. That was OU at that time. Jeff Bowles was on that team. So was Gary Trent.
That's what I said.
Shaq of the Mac.
Yeah, tell me Gary Trent was playing.
Oh, he was. Yeah, I don't have the box score for that game other than the score itself. But that game.
We lost to OU. We was down 17 points to OU.
Allow me
don't
to
get me wrong, Gary Trent was a beast, but come on.
Allow me to very briefly tell you about the 94-95 basketball season at Ohio State, which involved a record. What do you think the record was for that team?
Out of 20 games?
They played 28 games that year. How many do you think they won?
They better at least get 16.
Well, part of that was correct.
6? Oh my gosh.
6-22. That's what Ohio State basketball at that time. Now, that was a team that I want to say it was around that time. I'm not exactly sure. That was the time where you had a bunch of dudes who got like arrested, kicked off the team. But here was a starting five for that team. Doug Etzler, who I believe it's either his son or his nephew, Kalen Etzler, who's still like a guy on the roster, or maybe he transferred out this offseason. But that's Doug Etzler. That's the guy. That's the Etzler I knew back in the day, in the 90s. Rick Ute, Carlos Davis, Antonio Watson. Stop me if you've heard a name you know. I mean, I know these names, but obviously they didn't live on much past that time. Otis Winston. Now, the guy that was on that team that was my favorite was Ricky Dudley. Ricky Dudley played football and was a tight end and also was like the best player on that team, which wasn't saying much, but
he played football at Ohio State.
He was tight end. Yeah, he was a good tight end. He went on to play in the NFL, I want to say. He played for the Raiders. I think drafted him.
No kidding.
And on that same team, they had another guy named John Lumpkin, who also played tight end and played basketball. Like this was back in the day when you could have like a basketball and football career at Ohio State, because the basketball team was like, yeah, we'll take anybody. They had a bunch of guys get kicked off. They needed something.
I wonder if we'll ever see that again.
No, I would be shocked if we would.
Did the Dudley guy end up joining ECW and being a part of the Dudley Boys?
Divine.
First off, it pains my heart that you call Ricky Dudley the Dudley guy. But yes, Ricky Dudley was like one of my favorite players growing up. But no, shout out to him. He was part of the bald guy brigade where he just had the head shaved. He was like him and Eddie George, both just completely bald at like 19, just shaved their heads and said, to hell with it.
They must have watched Onyx.
Yeah, that's, I was just saying, Ricky Dudley, I miss him as a basketball player and a football player here at Ohio State, but they were not the best teams. But anyway, shout out to Tom Hamilton.
6-22.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Tom Hamilton deserved to go in the Hall of Fame just for broadcasting those games, because my God.
That's, see, I ain't never thought I would hear that. Like, whew.
Yeah, that was a Randy Ayers end of his era kind of, and it was not too great there. So Michigan is heading to Europe. We'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Monday. We are still noticing some really intense patches of fog right now, just not over on the east side, but really throughout the metro this morning. Taking a closer look at folks over on the west side. Here we go. Definitely noticing some diciness out on the road 70 at State Route 142, of course, by that ongoing construction zone there. Definitely noticing some problems out there, but thankfully your drive times are pretty average. Just want to make sure folks are taking it nice and slow. Again, seeing some really intense patches of fog for your Monday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
The sun is out and the savings are on. Now at Coghlan Chevrolet. Lease a new 2025 Chevy Trax for $159 a month. A new 2026 Chevy Equinox, only $259 a month. Or a new 2025 Silverado, lease for $359 a month. See our full inventory at CoglanChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Coghlan has the car for you.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 8/4/25.
Irish Adventure awaits at the Dublin Irish Festival August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. Voted 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food, and fun. Enjoy unique Irish experiences as you explore one of the top festivals in the U.S., drawing over 90,000 guests to Dublin, Ohio each year. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay -108 than -110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, PrimeSportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Only at AAA Tire and Auto Service. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid August 1st through August 30th. See store for details.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the fans' YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Want to know anything about the fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
2 men with 5 combined offspring. None of them have penises. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. We all found out today. I found out today where our normal parking spot is. I pulled in and I see Dylan was not parked in his normal spot. Bodie was parked in his normal spot, but it's not near
where
we usually park, where I usually park. So I came in, I said, Dylan, why'd you park differently? He's fully allowed to change his parking spot. But I'm glad I asked you, because then you were like, oh yeah, well, did you see that email last week? And my answer is no. But they apparently are going to like chop down some weeds and stuff along the fence line, and they asked people not to park there. So I'm glad I asked, because I moved my car. And
so you did park against the fence?
Well, initially just because there was only 2 cars, and I thought, well, I'm not going to change where I park yet until I find out. Because I thought maybe Dylan was like, I don't want to park there for some reason. Because, when we get here, the whole lot is ours. We can park wherever we want. And yet, me, Dylan, Bodie, you all seem to park mostly right in the same spot every day.
Yeah.
Even though you could park anywhere.
It depends. If it's a Tuesday or Thursday, I park a little bit closer to the door.
Because you got to leave and go up to Cleveland. Yeah. So it's a good thing I asked, because then it turns out they're like going to do some grooming of all the weeds around here. So I don't want to get all that on my car. So I moved, but.
I'm kind of going to miss the weeds because I used it as a gauge to how close I was to the fence.
I understand that.
Yes.
Yep. That's true.
Have a sensor?
Not in the front.
Some cars.
We're not all you, Tyvis.
Don't do that.
Sorry. First world problems.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
See, now my wife's car does have the sensor in hers, but in mine, I don't. Either I have it, I don't have it turned on, or it just doesn't. I don't ever get a beep.
Well,
I literally just have to.
You ain't going to hear no beep. You going to hear boom.
So next year, Team Up North, Michigan, going to open their 2026 football campaign in Germany. They will be playing. Which directional Michigan school are they playing?
Western, I believe.
Western Michigan. Yeah, right. Okay. But not Central Michigan, because then that'd be the Connor Stallions Bowl, right? Was that Central Michigan?
Right? Yeah. I remember playing Western Michigan. They were.
Did you have a good game?
So listen, let me tell you about that. So that was the game where they came out in this tight end, this 12 personnel, meaning they had 2 tight ends, and they would have their tight end, one of them off the ball. We called it a grave digger position. That's when they in that 2-point stance with their hands on their knee or like bent over like that.
Yeah, like they're like a timeout in a basketball game,
right.
Except they're right.
And they was doing this thing where he would rock back. We called it a rock back, meaning he would come across the line, like behind the line, across the line when they said go, and he'd kick out our defense in. When I tell you, Tyquan Lewis he struggled that game.
Oh, yeah?
He struggled. But what made it so, it wasn't funny at the time.
Yeah.
What made it funny now is he was getting his butt kicked on this play. The linebackers kept misfilling the gaps. So as a safety, you understand when your linebackers misfit something, that running back get on you like that. It's like, boom, it's right now. So I'm in the post like, why does this dude keep breaking through the line? And I got to make an open field tackle. Now, when you go up against some of these running backs, you go up against the Saquon Barkley, you can forget about it. It's done. It's the hardest thing in the world. But this guy, and I was struggling to tackle this year. And for some odd reason, whatever reason, I couldn't tackle this year.
Bad angles is what I heard.
Yeah, bad angles, according to one of my critics. But in this particular game, I made like 4 to 5 touchdown saving tackles. Like,
Did you really?
Yeah, if I'd have missed, he was gone. But I made every tackle this game, and it was so rare. And I remember just looking at them like, what's wrong with you? It's only been 2 games that I cussed the linebackers out.
Did you really?
Western Michigan, Michigan State in 2014.
I was going to say, in 2020, what did you come back and just storm the field?
That was the 2 games I cussed them out.
Yeah. Well, one of those.
And they had this slot receiver who nobody ever heard of, because that was the year they had Corey Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Corey Davis was that really good wide receiver. I think he went first round to the Titans.
Yep, sounds right.
Yeah. And all they was talking about was, oh, he's going to be really good. He's going to be really good. And they had this little slot receiver. He was a CWB.
Oh?
CWB, man. Yeah.
He's a cold white boy to me.
Do we know his name?
I can't remember his name, but I guarantee you had over 100 yards receiving.
He got certified CWB status, so that's
he's
elite.
He was killing everybody except me. I lined up on him. That didn't happen. Von, Gary on? Yeah, Gary on and Eli. They couldn't check him. Couldn't check the dude.
By the way, I saw Eli Apple. Still in the league, right?
Oh, yeah.
Still getting another shot.
He's a new father.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Congrats to Eli Apple. That's good. Where is he now? What did I just see yesterday with
He went to the 49ers.
Oh, that's right. But was he with the Dolphins?
Last year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like his 7th team now. But, man, he's still getting a paycheck.
Hey,
Good
man.
for him.
I would tell all my friends to play as long as you can.
Yeah.
Play as long as they want to keep giving you a check, keep playing.
I can't remember who the comedian was. It might, oh, God, I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to say the wrong guy, but there was a comedian who has a bit about that where he talks about like Brett Favre, how he continued to play well into old age. And he was like, dude, if I had that ability, I would be, do you know what like a backup quarterback gets in the league? Still getting like minimum $7-8 million a year. I'm going to sign up for that. Do you know what like a third string guy gets? Still like a few $100,000 a year. I'm going to get that. I'll do any of that. Like I would, if I'm, yeah. That's for quarterback, but if you can stay in the league and get paid, as long as your body can hold up, yeah.
The receiver's name is Daniel Braverman. Yeah. 10 catches, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
Tell you what.
Telling you.
All you had to say
was bad.
All you had to say was the name was Daniel Braverman, and I knew. Right? That may be the whitest name I've ever heard in my life.
He was cold, man. The dude was bad.
Whiter than Jonathan Smith.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty white name too. Shout out to him, Michigan State head coach. Our guy Josh Pate, big fan of Jonathan Smith, and I agree with Josh. That's a good name. The Browns quarterback battle got a little more interesting yesterday. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, despite the foggy patches we're noticing out on the roads, things are looking pretty average this time around. A live look at our time saver traffic maps. Drive times looking pretty average this time around. A little bit slower, though, on 70 eastbound and 70 westbound, just depending on where you're coming from into the city this morning. And lastly, taking a look at folks over in Powell and Worthington. Good morning to you. If you were stepping out the door, US 23 northbound, my main concern at 35 miles per hour. Again, want to make sure folks are taking it nice and slow and extra cautious on the roads with those patches of fog out and about. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Dropping just 25 pounds with Awaken 180 can actually give you 10 extra degrees of golf swing rotation. Now, I'm not Bryce and a mad scientist, but that sounds good. It's about a half a club longer, 6 to 10 extra yards every swing. But from personal experience, lose 75 pounds like me, and it's next level distance. Way better consistency, energy, and mood, especially on the back nine. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180 degree weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
Is like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Common Man here for Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton. My guys at Germain are celebrating their biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. Tons of vehicles on the lot for you to choose from, and they're ready to deal. It's also the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event with rates as low as 2.99%. I was riding in my Lexus on one of our hot summer days, and I felt the crisp breeze of cold air on my cracky. Don't you want that for yourself? Of course you do. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know in making the most of your home, DIY doesn't just stand for do it yourself. It also means dream it yourself. And we're here to help protect the dreams you're building. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Polaris can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a HitTrax multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport at Polaris Fashion Place. Grand opening celebration August 15th through August 17th.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code $1 for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code $1. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code $1 for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code $1.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Cincinnati Reds pitcher Brady Singer took a shutout into the 8th inning versus the Tampa Bay Rays and helped the Redlegs to a 2-1 victory yesterday. The Reds are now victors of 4 straight games and are just 1 game back of that final wild card spot. Cincy will stay at home and begin a 3-game series versus the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. Coverage begins at 6:40 on ESPN Columbus, or you could join the game in progress here on The Fan at 8 o'clock following the conclusion of the Buckeyes show. On the other hand, the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Kansas City Royals by a final score of 4-1. Gabriel Arias accounted for Cleveland's only run with a solo blast in the 7th. The Guards will start a series at home with the Colorado Rockies tonight. First pitch is at 6:40. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer.
One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We were talking in the last break about Western Michigan. Apparently, Michigan is going to play Western Michigan next year in Germany to kick off their season. Good place to go when you're probably not going to be bowl eligible anyway, fingers crossed, so it won't matter where you play your games. But we were talking about Western Michigan, and that led us to a discussion about when Tyvis played Western Michigan. And you brought up in the commercial break about how you had a good game that day. You blocked... Was this a field goal that you blocked?
A field goal. I've never done it before in my life.
Here is the voice of the Buckeyes, Big Daddy Paul Keels, calling that moment.
Haldeman set to try a 37-yarder. Ball snapped and put down. The kick by Haldeman is blocked. Ball will go fluttering in the air, and it's going to come down and hit the ground where Ohio State will get away for it. And Tyvis Powell broke in there to block that field goal try.
We're actually going to talk about the top 25 plays in Ohio State history later today. And Tyvis, I believe, has a play on that list.
I made the list.
I think you did.
No,
that wasn't it, though, just so you know.
I want to know why Tyvis didn't pick it up afterwards and take it to the crib. What were you doing?
Yeah. So the rules is if you block a field goal and the ball lands on the defensive side, you can't touch it. But if it lands on the offensive side, like back towards,
so you didn't block it good enough, is what you're saying.
Correct. Okay. I mean, gotcha. It's not like I went out there and put a hand and hit it with my hand. It hit off my helmet, and I was like, it was one of those boom, boom, and it hit me, and I fell to the ground like somebody stole on me. I was like, did that ball just hit me? I thought somebody smacked me in my helmet. So, yeah, it was one of those type of moments. So, really, to be honest with you, I don't know where the ball went, but I knew that nobody touched it to scoop the score, so it had to land on the opposite side.
See, I've always wondered what that feels like because you see the slow-mo, you just see the kick get blocked, right, 9 times out of 10, and then you see the slow-mo sometimes, it's like, oh, this guy, tipped it with his hand, or he, got the hand to it, and I always wonder how that felt. But then you see sometimes where guys get it, right to the chest plate, and you're like, ow, that seems like that's just not fun. That's a great block, but... And it was a no-doubt block. If you can get your head to it, I mean, that means you got in there. That was not – they did not stop you. But I always wondered how that feels when you've got, a helmet on or the shoulder pads.
It felt like somebody slapped you in the head. Boom, they'd be like, good play, and they slap you in the head. That's exactly what it felt like.
It's amazing to just find out, what that's like in the moment for you guys when you're playing. But, yeah, well, good job. Glad you blocked that. Sounds like it was needed that day.
Yeah. Well, it was to keep them off the board. And then
that's right.
I think a couple drives later, that's when I just watched it, actually. Marshawn gave up to Daniel Braverman, the
guy.
CWB.
Uh-huh.
He ended up running a slot fade, and I was in the post, and I just couldn't get there. I tried to get there, and I had a hand on him.
And why?
And it was over. I couldn't get him. He scored.
It's all about angles. It's all about the angles.
Do we know the game in which you tweeted about Tyvis's angles?
No, I have the date. I need to go look up and see what game it was because I think it was a Big Ten game. I got to go find that tweet because there's definitely.
Listen, geometry.
One of our listeners, when we first got announced that you and I were doing the show together, like within 5 minutes, one of our listeners was like, "Oh yeah, I hope this tweet comes up on the show." And it was like me from 2015. I think it was that same year saying Tyvis Powell needs to take some better angles towards some of these passes.
I know it was when I go back and look at this clip. It's not a bad angle. The dude was just faster than I thought he was.
I don't know what I'm talking about, just for what it's worth. I just was in the moment, like, I don't know, that didn't look good.
We know it wasn't Western Michigan based off of Tyvis's account. He was taking great angles that
That's
game.
right, he was.
Hey, I'll try to do what I can. Marshawn, a first-round pick. He shouldn't have let this happen.
So the Browns quarterback battle got a little more interesting. Yesterday, we found out news that Kenny Pickett suffered a hamstring injury, and they're going to have to reevaluate him. They said I saw one report said at the end of the week, and one report said next week. And I don't know why, but in my head, next week sounds like, oh, they're not even trying. Like, this is going to be a while for him. But at the end of this week somehow gives me like, well, maybe he comes back in a few days kind of vibe. So I don't know which one is more accurate, but I'm just giving you that's what the different reports were. One, I don't know how severe the hamstring injury is. I haven't known Kenny Pickett to be the most like dynamic mover with the football when he has the ball in his hands. But does this mean, Tyvis, that we get to see maybe some of the younger guys get more reps with the first and second team?
Yeah, that's absolutely what that means. I mean, obviously, in this training camp, I think it was really been about getting reps. A lot of the times they rest Joe Flacco because out of these 4 quarterbacks, he's the only one that's played in this system. He's played with Kevin Stefanski because he already knows, kind of what Kevin wants and what he's looking for. And if you want this thing to be a open quarterback competition, you need to see those. You need to get those other guys reps. Joe Flacco will tell you this is what his 19th season or something like that training camp. So he's done this a lot of times. He knows what he's doing. So where those other guys have never played for Kevin Stefanski, and he's trying to get a good evaluation on how good those guys can be in his offense. So Kenny Pickett going down, obviously he was the guy when Joe Flacco would rest, he was taking all the 1 reps. Now that he's out, you would think Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders would, move up that ladder. And if they're still going to rest Joe Flacco, it gives you a day where you can look at those 2 young guys to see which of those guys can really handle it. Because, one of the big criticisms of the Browns training camp so far has been the fact that if it's a true open competition, why hasn't Shedeur taken reps with the ones? And I think he spoke on it. He said, it's not my place to talk about it, like it is what it is type thing. And my thing is, if Shedeur is doing well, because Saturday, from everything I heard on Saturday, he had a day. That boy had like 3 touchdowns see through that day. I will see it for myself tomorrow.
Oh, you're going out there? Is that
yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow they practice at 2. I'm gonna do the Cleveland show, and then I'm gonna go watch practice because I'll be able to do so. So I will tell you Wednesday.
All right,
what I think. But yeah, with Kenny Pickett out, it just gives the opportunity for those young guys to get more reps, and maybe we can finally see Shedeur with the ones.
We're going to be doing a lot of training camp stuff because you're going to be up there tomorrow with the Browns, so you can give us a report Wednesday on that. Thursday and Friday, we are going to be out at OSU training camp.
Yes.
Because football season is about here. We're getting there.
I mean, this Thursday, last week was the last week without football because this Thursday is the Hall of Fame game. And
oh, that's right. Yeah.
The only Buckeye I can think of off the top of my head is Tyleek because he played for the Lions. Tyleek Williams.
Who is it? The Lions and
Chargers.
Chargers. Okay.
Doesn't Taylor Decker play for the Lions?
Yeah. But he's not playing in that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, okay. That's fair.
Yeah,
but
he's
yeah,
not playing in that
we
game.
might see him in street clothes or something.
Yeah. None of the bona fide starters play in that game. It's usually 2s, 3s, and 4s. But with Tyleek not having NFL experience, I'm pretty sure they want to see him get his feet wet.
Does this mean if we're doing, I don't remember how it works because I can't remember when they do the move-in day, like the move-in day where all the Buckeye bloggers are standing out in front of a hotel waiting for.
Oh, that should be coming up like what?
Is that tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday?
Probably practice is Thursday. It's either tomorrow. Yeah, it's probably tomorrow or Wednesday.
Can I tell you that over my years,
you hated it?
No, let me tell you, I have been so thankful that never once has my career led me to a point where I have to stand in front of a hotel and take pictures of dudes walking in with their suitcases.
Right around the corner.
But why do I want to go and stand there? I know. Let me tell you.
Because you go for the simple fact that you want to be the person that doesn't see somebody check in. So you can be like, oh, my goodness.
No. Let me tell you why.
Such and such is absent, and you can report it.
Let me tell you why all the 10 TV people are going to be there, and all the Buckeye bloggers are going to be there, and everybody's going to be there. And it's for this reason and this reason alone. Because they take a picture of a star player walking in, Jeremiah Smith, and that picture gets them more clicks and likes than most. Like, it just does, because people are like, there's Jeremiah Smith walking in, yay, and that's it. And so because of that, it gets clicks, it gets views. And so because of that, every outlet is like, we have to have our version of it that we can post. And whether that's good, bad, or indifferent, that's what it is. It's what news are we breaking here?
It's like a tradition. I used to love it. I used to be, let me get my outfit right.
Did you think you thought about it?
They about to take these pictures. They're going to be standing out there. Let me get right.
That's good. And I know there's a large segment of Buckeye fans that are going to be really jazzed up about the fact that guys are walking into a hotel. For me, it's like I get excited when I see them on the field playing. Like that part. Like where there's footage from training camp. That's what gets me excited. But
that's it, man. You check into that hotel, you drive back to that facility, and they'd be like, well, I don't know they do it no more. They used to have this bucket. As soon as you walk in, take your keys, drop it in there. Drop the keys.
Well, that's why
keys.
Do they not go to the facility to then get bussed over to that hotel?
No, you check in first, then you drive to the facility.
So the check-in that they do, they then immediately leave and go to the facility?
That's what I did. Check in, leave.
Check in at the hotel.
You drop them keys.
And then you go back to the facility. And then do what? And then they bring you back to the hotel?
Yeah, they bring you back on the bus. But see, Coach Day, actually, I think he lets them keep their cars.
Oh, okay.
Because I was shocked. like 2 years ago. I'm like, I was at the gas station and I seen Denzel Burke, and I'm like, "What, boy? What you doing?" He said, "Oh yeah, we got our cars," and I said, "Ryan Day gives them their cars? Oh man." Urban would never.
So they're not even like, again, not that it matters. I don't care, but I think the idea from some Buckeye fans is like they're sequestered in the hotel room. It's the hotel and the field, and that's it.
I mean, the schedule is long. I mean, it's really pretty much what it is.
But if you wanted to go out and get some Taco Bell, it's not.
I mean, if your curfew is like 10 o'clock, you getting home, you getting to the hotel like 9.
DoorDash. They come in.
That's the thing.
You would have needed.
That wasn't a thing back when I was playing.
You needed Taco Bell.
No.
They were no, that you did, because they were always yelling at you to eat more.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to eat it.
You needed me in your life. I would have been your health coach. I would have gotten you
a good glazed donut burger.
Yeah.
That would have been exactly the weight you needed to get to.
Protein and calories, a little bit of carbs.
He over there shaking his head. This is not something that's appealing to me, a donut burger.
You should go try one before the fair's over.
I realize that I'm not a foodie.
No. Who needed that to be confirmed on this show? We got it. Did a current Big Ten player try to help his team cheat? We're going to talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Monday morning. Well, with all the fog we're noticing in our metro area, we are noticing a couple of spots looking at lower visibility right now, especially over in Etna on the east side and over in Groveport and Canal Winchester, Pickerington, and our southeast corner, especially if you're heading into the city, taking 33, that westbound direction, looking a little bit slower again, not only mixing in with traffic, but just those patches of fogginess going on, looking at 46 miles per hour in your neck of the woods. Want to make sure folks are taking it nice and slow on the roads for your Monday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Make your next shopping trip a good deal better with the Meijer 7 for 7 sale. Pay just $1 each when you mix or match any 7 or more of over 1,000 participating items, like select varieties of Meijer frozen personal pizzas, extra large avocados, select varieties of Chobani Greek yogurt, and Meijer essential paper towels. Getting more for your money with the Meijer 7 for 7 sale. That's the save to bundle good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS
nice cards for kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey guys, Anthony Rothman here. Are you constantly feeling tired, really can't focus, you don't have the energy to get off the couch? That is not living, that's existing. It affects all aspects of your life, your relationships, your job. Now picture this. Get your life back with testosterone therapy by Low T Center. There's never been a better time to find out your T level. Just visit Low T Center to take the test. It's fast. Results are available in about 15 minutes. And right now, the test is still free, but time is running out. Get in now before you miss the chance. Most major insurance is accepted, so treatment costs are minimal. Low T Center gives you the power to take control of your health. With their custom dose TRT, you'll have the freedom to choose between white glove, in-center care, or medically monitored treatment with testosterone delivered to your home. Tell your friends to get started on TRT, and you'll receive a $250 credit when you and your referral become patients. Visit fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
I hope you're ready for all the Jackets talk you can handle. Join us Wednesday night at 7 for the Inside Edge.
Sponsored by Visit Central Florida. Discover the real Florida magic at visitcentralflorida.com.
The Fan.
Hey, Ohio, don't wait. The Ohio State Fair is here now through Sunday, August 3rd. Experience fair favorites like the Butter Cow, livestock animals, shopping, delicious food, exciting entertainment, thrilling rides, competitions, and so much more. Make memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio State Fair through August 3rd. Get your tickets at ohiostatefair.com.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White here with your 10 weather impact forecast as we kick off the week here today on your Monday. We're tracking partly cloudy skies, but also the chance for a few scattered showers and storms here for the afternoon. Not as widespread as what we had over the weekend, but still a chance here for today. Otherwise, it will be hot and humid with highs around 90, and then we got lower 90s here for Tuesday and Wednesday, but another chance for showers and storms as a cold front arrives here on Wednesday, and that's going to knock our high temperatures down into the upper 70s with more sunshine here as we wrap up the week on Thursday and Friday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
One of these men was prom king. It was T-Bone. I swear to God, you think I'm lying, don't you? But I'm serious. He didn't always look like this, okay? Here's the prom king and Tyvis.
Up until last week, he didn't always look like this. What you're seeing now, if you're watching the YouTube feed, I shaved the beard off because someone hit a home run. I lost the bet. It's all right.
Don't go against my athleticism.
Don't worry. I'll find a way. I'll be dumb enough to do it again next year or some other time, I'm quite sure. By the way, if you like to make a little bet on a sport and you want to actually not put your beard on the line, maybe you just want to put some cold, hard cash on the line, then you should be checking out our guys and gals at Prime Sportsbook Ohio. They're bringing you the welcome deposit match offer. Up to $400 in bonus bets in your account. Whatever you put in there, up to $400, $25, $50, $100, they will match that same amount in bonus bets. They're good for up to a year. So you can use those now. You can use them during football season. It's all there for you at Prime Sportsbook Ohio. But you got to go download the app today. Get ready. Like I said, football season. This week, there are football games that can be wagered on. If you are a true degenerate and you like to bet on preseason football.
They gonna do the preseason?
All people do. Man. But either way, whatever the case, maybe you want to put in a futures bet. You think you know who's going to win a championship. Go ahead and do it now. Prime Sportsbook Ohio is the place to go. You can also check out primesportsbook.com to do that and get that welcome match deposit offer. So check it out today. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You didn't know the Lions were a 1-point favorite against the Chargers in the Hall of Fame game this Thursday?
Oh, yeah. I mean, how did you not?
Why would I? That's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
You don't have a
People
field time
on this stuff. Yes.
The preseason.
Yeah,
need to listen. You might need to call
the number. That's
call
right.
the number.
Yeah, exactly right. So I saw this story, and I wanted to ask you, Tyvis, if you've ever heard of something like this going on. Former Memphis player Taj Rael, who is now playing for Purdue. Okay, he last year though played for Memphis, and midway through the year, like in October, I don't know if he was kicked off the team or if he just left the team, but either way, he was not a part of the team after mid-October last year for Memphis.
Okay.
Well, his former high school teammate plays for UTSA, as I've liked to call them. What is that? University of Texas San Antonio, I want to say.
Okay.
Owen McCown played quarterback for them last year. They had Memphis on the schedule, did UTSA. So that game was in November. Taj Rael, former high school teammate of Owen McCown, texts him in the weeks leading up to that game and says, here's what they're going to do. and he lays out, and if you look at these texts, he has all these things about like, here's what they call, here's what this means.
Is he on the team?
He was on Memphis and then left in October. The game was like November 1st.
Okay.
So he's off the team.
Okay.
He's not
all right,
yet wherever he was going to be.
That's fair.
Now, this came out. Screenshots of this are now out there. Mm-hmm. And so then people are like, whoa, massive cheating scandal.
I don't necessarily think that's cheating, but go ahead.
Okay, well, we're going to get there because here's the rest of what happened. UTSA coach Jeff Traylor said the info was never shared with him. So he said Owen McCown never shared this info with them as they were preparing. Could be lying, could be telling the truth. Either way, if I were him, I wouldn't want anybody to think I got any inside information. I'd want them to think I won the game fair and square, which, by the way, UTSA beat Memphis in that game. So I think it was 44-36. So it was relatively close. It wasn't like a blowout. Memphis coach Ryan Silverfield says it didn't affect the game and didn't use that as an excuse. He said, yeah, we were notified right after the game that something like this may have occurred. But honestly, we change stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge deal. And he said he didn't think it affected the game. Owen McCown said, yeah, I never shared this with him because this is just stuff that I don't really need. So.
Wait, what position is Owen McCown?
The quarterback. And the dude.
Okay, so he was
the dude is a corner, I believe, or a secondary guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So. That's where this gets a little interesting because
so at least at the worst, he knew the coverage they was running.
It sounds like it. Here, I'm going to try
to. That's to me, that's not that bad because one, that's on your coaches to know that you're supposed to change some stuff up. You should know that. Two, like your disguises need to be a little bit better. That's the thing. And three. Like that just knowing the coverage, knowing where to go with the football, like, yes, that's a big advantage. But, like, you still got other things that has to go right for that to work as well.
Trying to find the actual text message here so I can read it to you. Here's, do I have a screenshot of it? Yeah.
This is what
he says. Here's what he says. This is what Taj Rael sent to Owen McCown. He said, here you go. That's all the signals. And it's a screenshot of like their signals.
Oh, he on some counter stallion stuff.
Right. And then he said, far left is coverage on the sheet. Like, so the far left thing is the coverage that they're going to be in. I'll send you better list showing you the call, but they run quarters and none of these safeties can cover, by the
way. All right. I'm not a fan.
Here's a little more. He says no reroutes on the slot side of the field, or no reroutes on the slot. The field safety is the weakest link in the defense. His hamstring hurting, but he's running out of eligibility. So when you play him, he's number 0. So like he's like giving him like, this guy's hurt. Here's the coverages.
All right, that's a little that is pretty bad. Now I didn't know it was like that. Like,
yeah, so
he was like,
and his so the response from the quarterback from Owen McCown was, bet, but let me know if they cut your stuff, I'll put in a word. So I don't know what he's talking about there. I don't know what that means. Like if he's saying
if they cut him.
I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe this text was sent before he was officially off the team, but he knew he was going to be off the team.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway,
maybe.
Owen, by the way, son of Luke McCown.
I was wondering if there was a connection since he plays quarterback and his last name's McCown. I should have done that research, but good to know. All right. And now again, everyone involved with this says it's not cheating. We didn't use it.
I don't know. Like that. Look, to be able to look at their sideline and see the signal like that's, and knowing what that signal is, that's pushing it. Like, come on now.
He didn't have visuals of the signals. What he had was like the phrases. So it's a list of just a bunch of calls, like a bunch of terms.
So he wouldn't hear it. If they have a signaler, which usually that's what they have.
That's what I would guess too, right?
So it's not him saying, all right, they get this signal, this is what they in. That's not what it is?
From the screenshot that we can see, it looks like it's more of just words. So probably there's some code word for a call.
It's communication all the time on defense. Yeah. That's the sign of a good defense. So yeah, he probably that. Yeah, I mean,
But this guy's hamstring is hurt, and this guy sucks. I feel like is a little much.
First of all,
you should see that on tape. Though.
That is just dead wrong to say. Secondly, if a player saying that, then that mean the coach know that, which means the coach is pretty much point shaving by knowing your guy's hurt and still putting them out there and expecting to succeed. Like that's, especially if it's a lower body injury, like you can't play with that. Like if it's a shoulder or something, all right, that's, as long as you can still run, you can play.
And maybe they could tell by watching him.
Yeah, that's.
But let me throw this out there as a devil's advocate. What if the guy is like, no, I'm faking my way through it, but I'm not 100%, but I don't want anybody to know that I'm sore because
you can't do that. That's like,
you can't fake it.
No, you can't. Okay. You can't lie like that now. It's just like an honor code, and like you get real in a lot of, especially in the NFL. You hide an injury, you get in a lot of trouble with that.
That's fascinating because I would think that's the thing you're encouraged to do.
No. You want to report it, and especially in the league, you want to report it because there's several reasons. One, if you're hurt, they can't cut you hurt because if they cut you, you still get paid. So that's one thing. You'll just revert to IR. You'll get game checks for being hurt. So that's one reason you report it. The second reason you report it is when you're ultimately done with the NFL. You're going to have this thing where you can get it's like workers' compensation. They're going to go look at your body. They're going to send you to a doctor, and they're going to look at all your injuries. They're going to have a list of all the injuries you've ever reported. And if your body is truly messed up, you will get paid by the NFL. And I'm talking like $5,000 a month for the rest of your life. So report everything.
All right. But let's just say, like, if you are, I don't know, like you're Aaron Rodgers and you're like, I've made more money than I'll know what to do with in my life. I want to go out and play in this game because it's very important to me to be on the field for this game. And something hurts, I'm not necessarily going to tell the trainer about it. Like, is that?
No, you still report it. You still report it. You listen,
and you just say I'm going to play through it.
I watched Baker Mayfield go out there with one shoulder and play an entire season, and everybody in the world knew it. So
and he just went out there and did it.
He just went out there and did it. So yeah.
All right, fair enough. So Coming up next, we have one of the greatest pieces of audio that we had ever had on this show last week. Was a fart happening during the golf. We now have an answer on who did the farting, and we're going to get to the bottom of that. Someone admitted to it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are noticing more people out on the roads this morning, especially if you're just heading out from Grove City, taking 71 northbound, certain sections at 71 miles per hour, but definitely a lot slower as you're approaching the city over by Green Lawn Avenue. Now, when it comes to Delaware County, a good heads up for you guys. We're looking at lower visibility this time around, about a quarter of a mile when it comes to your drive times and your roads this morning, especially if you're taking US 23 south between 36 and 270. A lot slower this morning. It will take you 18 minutes. Want to make sure you have that extra caution. Again, patchiness of fog. Want to make sure you're taking it nice and slow. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Did you know dropping your first 25 pounds with Awaken 180 adds 6 to 8 yards to every shot? Even better scores every 5 pounds after that. Look it up. Freedom from excess fat is measurable. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame. Awaken180weightloss.com.
The Dublin Irish Festival, August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. Voted 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food, and fun. Get your tickets at DublinIrishFestival.org.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
The next time Tyvis hits a home run in softball will be the first time Tyvis hits a home run in softball. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Been busy today, already getting to a lot of stuff. More to come on the show. You can always find out what you missed on this show. If you did, just go to wherever you get podcasts. Search T-Bone and Tyvis. It's right there for you. You can add it, follow it, subscribe to it, whatever your podcast app does. Every day you get the show right there to your device, free of charge. T-Bone and Tyvis, every day, 6 to 9 a.m. We're right here. But if you're not up at that time all the time, great. Then add the podcast and you'll listen when you can. We appreciate that. Aaron Rodgers was talking. We've got some audio from him coming up. But first, last week we had audio of a fart in golf. And I thoroughly enjoyed this audio. And so the question hanging out there was, this is at the British Open, right? The Open Championship. Who farted is obviously the question. So the Pardon My Take guys had Scotty Scheffler on to talk about his massive victory there, and they asked him point blank if that was him.
At the Open, I'm trying to remember what hole it was. I think it was the 17th. Did you fart? Oh.
Yeah, that was me.
Was it? Actually?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
I love that he copped to it right away. Good for him.
That's always the funniest thing. Back when I was in grade school and somebody would let one rip and everybody, who did it? And everybody wouldn't claim it. And then somebody would say, it was me.
That little voice of truth just popping up there to tell you, yeah, I did it. It was me.
You know, this is a man that has no shame. That's what that tells me. Better out than in.
He dominated that golf tournament, and you know what? As he was standing there, felt like he had to rip ass, so he did. Let him live.
Hey, man, you got to relax.
You ever have an embarrassing moment like that on the football field during competition where all of a sudden you're like, oh, sorry, guys, that was me. My bad?
No. No, but I've had that happen like weight room training.
Oh, I bet that happens.
Yeah.
God, I don't even want to think of the protein fart smells that you guys had.
You be sitting there trying to get that last rep, and you be straining, and it just slip.
Your body can only do so much at once, Tyvis. You know, it can't do everything.
Have you guys ever heard Mark Schlereth talk about the grossness he would do on the field? Like, just straight up pee himself on the field?
See, that's ridiculous.
Didn't he have a towel? Am I wrong? If it wasn't him, it was someone who that was like, they would, before they had like the injury tent, you know, where you could go into, there was nowhere really on the field to get some privacy.
Right.
And so what he would do is they'd have staffers like hold up towels.
Yeah, so
and then
he
would. But then he would have a towel, and that's what he would pee in. Maybe it wasn't him. It was someone who would do that.
They would give you like a cup. You like pee in the cup.
Oh, that ain't going to.
No, he was just peeing his pants.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Oh, no.
His argument was basically that he's just so sweaty and gross down there that what's a little urine to add to the disgustingness?
Well, he do know his quarterback's hand is down there, right?
That's.
Well, did he play? I thought he played guard.
Was he? Okay.
Oh, he did play guard. Why did I think he played center?
Maybe, every once in a while they line up wrong.
It's funny. I've seen
the guy's
that.
nickname was Stink.
I've
so
seen
we shouldn't
that
be surprised.
Where the quarterback accidentally lined up under the guard.
I just
like,
wasn't.
What are you doing?
I just wasn't sure how common this was, Tyvis. Is what I'm asking.
No, it's not at all. Nope.
I don't even.
No. I have not played on the team or been in the game with somebody that just went ahead and just let it go on themselves. They have made it to the sideline where we've held up towels for them and just kind of shielded them off so they can go and use the bathroom on the sideline. But
that's got to be the worst.
Right
feeling.
In the game, no.
Well, like race car drivers. I mean, that's the thing is they sometimes are in the car and they just have to go, and they just.
You better get you a Coca-Cola 2-liter bottle.
Well, you got a fire suit. You got a fire suit on. You can't unzip. The zipper goes all the way up to your neck.
Actually, they say Mountain Dew bottles. No, it's like green.
That's disgusting.
That's telling you.
Don't ruin Mountain Dew for me. How dare you? Aaron Rodgers was asked about. He's the new Steelers quarterback. He was asked about a former Steeler quarterback, Terry Bradshaw, who had some thoughts on Aaron Rodgers. Here was what Aaron Rodgers had to say.
I've known Terry for a long time, being a part of Fox. Terry's a legend. He's an absolute legend. He won 4 Super Bowls. He's had a legendary career in the media. But Terry, like a lot of people, doesn't know me. And so he's got an idea of what he thinks about me based on what I've done, the documentary, what I've said, Darkness Retreat, whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'd love to get to know Terry on a deeper level. And I feel like if he gave me a chance to get to know him, that we'd have a good friendship.
Yeah. Okay. If you are not familiar with the quotes, here is what Terry Bradshaw said back when they were still hammering all this out of whether or not Aaron Rodgers was going to Pittsburgh. He said, "What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California, go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there." So that's what that Aaron Rodgers quote is in response to. I feel like Aaron Rodgers sometimes does this more than anyone not sometimes. He does this more than anyone in sports. And that is he will go on Pat McAfee for an hour and talk every week. He will do a Netflix documentary about his ayahuasca journey or ayahuasca journey, whatever you call it.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah. He'll do all that. And then when people have thoughts on that, he'll go, well, they don't really know me. It's like, but one, you're putting a lot of your stuff out there that they can know about you. 2, you seem to be somewhat of a private person, right? Remember how he got married? We think.
Oh, yeah, I got married.
And it's like, well, maybe he should get to know me more. It's like, one, you go on McAfee every week and you say a lot of stuff. Your stuff is out there. You're shocked when people react to it and you say, well, he doesn't really know me. No, of course not, because probably very few people actually know you, Aaron Rodgers, and that's by design.
He's one of those guys that if he describes something that he does, like, so let's go on to, like, you criticize him about a darkness retreat.
Right.
He comes off to me as one of those guys that would say, well, have you tried it?
Yes.
And you'll be like, no.
I don't want to.
He said, you might like it. How do you know you don't like it?
Yeah.
Like, he'll be one of those guys, and it'll really bother me. Like, dude, I know that I don't want to sit in darkness for days. I don't think I need to go try it to find out that I don't like it, because I know I don't like it.
I will be fair to Aaron Rodgers and say he actually, that was a very nice thing he said about Terry Bradshaw, right? He could have just taken a flamethrower to him, and he just said, hey, he's a legend. I hope maybe someday we'll get to know each other. That was a very polite, nice response from Aaron Rodgers. I just think it's funny when he gets surprised that people have these reactions to him when he purposely throws stuff out there that are going to get reactions.
I just don't understand why it bothers him.
Right. Yes.
Why does it
just own it and say, yeah, man, that's just how it is.
It's my life.
Maybe he's not bothered.
It's not what he needs to be, since he's a free spirit, he needs to be like, he needs to realize, okay, what I do isn't for everybody. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
It does sound like he has some of that vibe, but this goes back to like when he had something about, remember when he said like he got inoculated? And then people later were like, yes, but you didn't apparently get the vaccine. And that was like a bit of an issue.
He said he was like, immune.
Well, I didn't technically say I did. It's like, you know what you were doing there.
He manipulated the system.
Yes, he likes to be very technical with what he says and then gets shocked when people have a problem with him kind of manipulating them with his words and saying different things like that. It's a little odd.
I don't know about you guys, but I was very disappointed that he took the high road. I wanted there to be beef.
Here you go.
I wanted him.
I agree with that.
I wanted him to pull a Jerry Jones and say,
"You get hit by a car."
Like I thought he was going to go there. Like I thought he was going to go there with Terry Bradshaw, but he was like, "Nope, he's a legend. I want to get along with him."
I don't think he will do that. He doesn't come off as a guy that would do that publicly.
What?
But in the locker room, I think
he calls out people all the time.
He's not going.
And I didn't think Terry was going to be an exception.
What
was he?
Would you be gaining by ripping a Steelers legend while trying to win over the Steeler fan base?
I mean, Terry started it, and he's petty.
He's not about to rip a Steelers legend while he's trying to be the face of that organization for a year.
I guess, but
that would be the wrong thing to do from a PR stunt.
Am I wrong that Aaron Rodgers at one point, am I misremembering this, went on Pat McAfee's show and said that Jimmy Kimmel was in the Epstein files?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm saying, like, he will publicly rip you. Apparently, he will publicly put some stuff out there that whether it's true or not, he'll say it.
He don't like Jimmy Kimmel.
Apparently not.
Why are we still talking about the list, Tebow?
Yeah. Why? I don't even. I'm sorry for bringing it up. I don't even know. What? I don't even know who that is. I've never even heard of it.
The list.
Overachiever of the week. That list is not that list. The list is a segment we do on. That's a different day entirely. Overachiever of the week. That's what we're doing next. We'll tell you who our overachiever is when we get back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are noticing our first traffic alert this morning, and that is because of a disabled vehicle happening downtown. That's at 670 eastbound, just past 71 southbound intersection. Right shoulder is blocked out there as crews work to remove the car from the scene, but thankfully not causing any slowdowns for your Monday commute. Some good news right there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
And we're back talking all things connectivity with Spectrum customers Kev and Melissa. So tell us, how long have you been with Spectrum and how important is a reliable internet connection?
We've been Spectrum customers since we moved 12 years ago. The first thing we did is sign up for Spectrum Internet.
You get a lease, you get it Wi-Fi.
Yes, we need that. We had Spectrum Wi-Fi before our couch got here.
That's true. That's a true story.
I'll sleep on the floor, but I won't go to bed with no internet.
You heard it here. Switch to Spectrum now.
Does
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And Bet and Reduce Juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. Oh, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Another Buckeye Fall Camp. It's full of anticipation, preparation, and a bunch of our dummies yakking about it. Morning Juice, T-Bone and Tyvis, and Bishop and friends will be in attendance. The fun starts Thursday morning at 6 on The Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Just a reminder, Tyvis thinks all pizza tastes the same. Also a reminder, Tyvis was born without taste buds. You're listening to Bone and Tyvis.
The man without taste buds had something to tell you.
Oh, my goodness.
Got him.
As a former pro athlete, confidence has always been key for me on and off the field. And that's why I chose Caps for my NeoGraft treatment. They've got a great reputation, and after doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional. They answered every question, and they made the whole entire process smooth and stress-free. This wasn't just about hair for me. It was about investing in myself. The results are natural. It fits into my busy schedule, and I am already feeling more confident. So confident, I took the hat off for this. Guys don't talk about this enough, but we should. Caps made it easy, judgment-free, and honestly has been one of the best decisions outside of marrying my wife, of course. Visit Caps today at experiencecaps.com.
All right, it's time. Let's talk about our Overachiever of the Week.
And now, it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our Overachiever of the Week.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, so this week's Overachiever, guy who just went into the Hall of Fame, CC Sabathia, inducted. Ichiro Suzuki, inducted.
Cleveland legend CC Sabathia.
Well, that's right. Even though I think he's going in with
as a Yankee, yes.
With Dylan's Yankees.
I was surprised.
I was too.
By that when they announced it a few months ago that he went in as a Yankee. I guess you could see it either way, but I feel like he won a Cy Young with the Indians/Guardians.
Yeah, right.
But it's the Yankees.
Yeah, I guess that's... You know what, though? Dylan is a Yankees fan saying that. I mean, that's right. Tom Hamilton, we talked about earlier, he also went in as a broadcaster, but guy we're going to talk about today for your Overachiever of the Week. All those guys you could count as overachievers, right? They got to the Hall of Fame, but Billy Wagner. Now, usually in this segment, I like to highlight people who we don't talk enough about, and Billy Wagner probably is in that, even though he's a Hall of Famer, we don't talk enough about the fact that this guy, and you've heard this story if you followed any of the Major League Baseball festivities, the Hall of Fame stuff over the weekend. He, of course, had over 400 saves in his career, 422 saves, 16 seasons with the Astros, Phillies, Mets, Red Sox, and Braves. 8th most all time, 2nd most by a left-hander behind only John Franco. My guy is a Mets fan. But Billy Wagner, he is the first guy ever to make it from a D3 school. First ever D3 school pitcher to make it into the Hall of Fame. Ferrum College in Ferrum, Virginia. Also, though, and this blows my mind every time I hear it, naturally a right-handed guy who went in as a left-handed pitcher. How did this right-handed guy become a left-handed pitcher? Well, when he was 7 years old, he broke his arm not once, but twice in the same year. So broke it, healed up,
and broke it again.
And was such a fan of baseball and wanted to play baseball. He picked up a baseball with his left hand and threw it against a barn until he figured out how to throw with his left hand. And then went on to have a Hall of Fame career with his non-dominant hand. Because he was like, I can't.
So he's right-handed.
He's a right. I don't know. I mean, I presume he sits down at the table to write like sign a check or something. He's using his right hand, but his left hand is what made him all the money, and he became a Hall of Fame pitcher with not his dominant hand. So that's just impressive. That's amazing to me.
That's very impressive, actually.
He also, though, is one of those guys that had just a tremendous story. You know, he didn't grow up with a ton of money, didn't come from a ton of wealth. And he talked about how some of that really affected him because as a kid, he had to make do with not a lot. He was asked about what was one of the driving forces in his career. Here's his answer.
Hunger. I mean, I don't think kids realize what it's like to be hungry, to go to school with crackers, get a red tag, and be made fun of. I don't think they would even know how to handle that. And so that's what drove me.
Now, when I first heard the quote he said that kids don't know what it's like to be hungry. I thought he meant like Kobe, you don't want it bad enough. Yeah. But he means literally physical hunger.
Yes.
Where it's like, I don't ever want to have that happen again in my life. And I'll tell you what, I can't relate. We didn't grow up rich by any stretch of the imagination, but I never had to go to school with a couple crackers in my pocket and hope that would get me through. But that's a good motivator and a really cool part of his story that I wasn't as familiar with. I knew about the left-handed thing. I did not know about him breaking his right arm. But I didn't know about him going hungry like that. It's incredible.
Yeah, them hunger pains it definitely do something to the mentality for sure. I'm not a fan of that. Obviously, I don't think nobody should have to go through that. I think he's right. You know, some kids really wouldn't know how to handle that situation. I'm glad that he used it as motivation, though. You know,
yeah.
I wasn't that bad. I wasn't that far off, but I wasn't that bad. Them hunger pains, though, yeah, it's definitely inspiring.
You know, what I will say that, too, though, and I think it's all very cool that he overcame that. One thing I think that sometimes happens around these stories, in sports especially, we do this, and I think it's wrong, is we say, yes. And so that's the message to you. If you're a kid out there who's starving, look to Billy Wagner for inspiration. And it's no. Let's make sure those kids have food. Mm-hmm. Right? Let's just it's amazing when someone overcomes a tough upbringing.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that to be the case.
But sometimes we look to that and be like, there you go, kid who's living in poverty. Here's a Billy Wagner poster and his autobiography. Go read that. That'll motivate you. It's how about we just get that kid some food and then let him find out if he's good or bad at sports. I think sometimes we look at sports as, well, there's your ticket out of your bad situation. Yeah, but let's do what we can as a society to fix the bad situations. That's all. I mean, it's great to hear that someone overcame adversity. Let's not let the adversity exist. How about that? Let's work very hard to make that not happen. That's all. Or, you know what? Maybe then people will be mad because then we won't be good at the World Baseball Classic. We don't have enough hungry kids out there. We got to get some kids that have faced adversity, I guess. I just never understood that logic of, yeah, it is motivational. It's inspiring, but let's not replicate that. I hope no other kid has to be Billy Wagner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No other kid has to deal with that stuff, but good for him for finding a way.
Hopefully we've moved on and we've upgraded society that we don't have to deal with that. You know, people can at least get a meal. You know, you go to school, there was a thing as free lunches.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to that, because that's what helped me, free lunches.
Hey, there's lots of kids that had free lunches. And like he's talking about the shame that would come with kids knowing, like, there was a little system, I guess, where you got like a red tag and it was like, oh, here you go.
There wasn't no shame for me because it was a bunch of people that was right there with me. So when it's just you, it's shame. When it's like a group, when it's like half the school, then it's like, all right, we all in the same boat.
Yeah, that's true. All right, coming up next, the Bengals finally got the deal done with one of their defensive ends that they've been waiting on. The contract details, we have all of it for you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, for those living in Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington, we are, of course, noticing some slowdowns out there for you, especially if you're taking 33 that westbound direction heading into the city. Certain portions looking pretty dicey at 33 miles per hour for your drive time. But again, the main concern for us this morning for all the roadways across the metro is going to be this intense patches of fogginess going on. 70 at west of State Route 256 over on the east side looking pretty dicey this morning. Again, take heed and be extra cautious on the roads this morning, looking pretty dicey as of right now. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Hugs from patients, like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
It's your lucky day because at Speedway, there's a $5,000 winner every single day. All you do is shop with Speedy Rewards. Then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. So you could win $5K today, or the next day, or the next day, or the next... Okay, you get it. New daily cash winners only at Speedway. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/26 USDC 16 plus. For official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-a-day.com/rules.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and dropping just 25 pounds with the Awaken 180 can actually give you 10 extra degrees of golf swing rotation. That's about a half a club longer, 6 to 10 extra yards on every swing, but from experience, lose 75 pounds like I did, and now we're talking next level distance, consistency, and even mood, especially on the back nine. And actually, every pound you drop takes 4 pounds of pressure off your knees. So I lost 300 pounds of pressure off of mine. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
Common Man here. I want to talk to you about my buddy Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. It's rare that a business comes along and offers you such great quality, service, price. If you or someone you love or like, or even strangers on the street tell you they need a jeweler, tell them you got a guy, and that guy is Bob Capace at Worthington Jewelers.
I'm Bob Capace, and I'm your guy.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, Private Selection 80% lean Angus ground beef chuck in 1-pound packages is $5.49 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Cincinnati Reds pitcher Brady Singer took a shutout into the 8th inning versus the Tampa Bay Rays and helped the Redlegs to a 2-1 victory yesterday. The Reds are now victors of 4 straight games and are just 1 game back of that final wild card spot. Cincy will stay at home and begin a 3-game series versus the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. Coverage begins at 6:40 on ESPN Columbus, or you could join the game in progress here on The Fan at 8 o'clock following the conclusion of the Buckeyes show. On the other hand, the Cleveland Guardians lost to the Kansas City Royals by a final score of 4-1. Gabriel Arias accounted for Cleveland's only run with a solo blast in the 7th. The Guards will start a series at home with the Colorado Rockies tonight. First pitch is at 6:40. This update was sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Visit them in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala or at rcdrv.com.
Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We're going to talk about one of Tyvis's best plays coming up in a moment. Top 25 plays in Ohio State history. 11 Warriors put that list out last week. We'll discuss it. But Shamar Stewart, the deal finally got done, Tyvis. We found out over the weekend that Shamar Stewart is good now. He's in camp. He's all back with the Bengals. They hammered out the language of this deal, which, if you haven't been following it at all, first-round pick for the Bengals, defensive end. Everybody was, hoping that this guy would end up being good for the Bengals, but we never even got to discuss that because it was all just about why hasn't he signed his deal, some language in the contract. Well, now he has signed a 4-year, fully guaranteed contract worth $18.97 million, including a $10.4 million signing bonus. His agent, Zach Hiller, was the guy who got that deal done and was the guy who was said by some to be driving too hard of a bargain and fighting something that he shouldn't have with the Bengals contract language. I was texting you over the weekend. Do we come to a consensus on who caved here? Was it the Bengals or was it him?
Him. Listen, it was inevitably always going to be him because of the simple fact that once I found out that the language that was put in the contract is something that everybody else in the league, 31 other teams have, and they were the last ones to get there.
That's what we've heard, yeah.
It was, what choice did he really have? To go re-enter the draft, to go sign a contract with a team that has it in the contract already? You might as well just stay there. Yeah. And if you go back to the draft again, there's no guarantee you're going first round. There's just not. You're probably going to go second or third. So you're going to just forfeit $18 million. Like, that's for what? For something that you're going to already agree to anyways? So to me, they had the upper hand in this. And I understand that you don't want to be the first person to agree to the new deal and all those things. But in their case, you don't have a choice because what else are you going to do?
Yeah. I mean, the language that we're talking about, Mike Brown, owner of the Bengals, he talked about it last week. We played this audio where he more or less said essentially that this language is something that would be so unlikely to come into play anyway. And I get that. His argument was always, his agent's argument was, yeah, but all the guys on this team have not had this stipulation put in, at least not first round picks. Now you want my guy to sign something none of these guys have had to. But like you said, when we found out the info that every other team already has this language in there, it sounds like, once again, go figure, the Bengals are like behind on something that they should have been doing anyway. It's just odd that, when this comes out and this is like the one thing they're fighting over, the language more or less had to do with if he gets arrested and is in jail and is unable to play because he's not just like accused of something or there's like a, whatever. He's in jail for the year. And then his money that would be guaranteed to him, do the Bengals have to pay it or not? All these other teams have a thing that says, no, they don't have to pay him. He's in jail.
Right.
The Bengals contracts were ambiguous and made it sound like, yeah, they might have to pay him even if he's in jail, and they wanted to correct that. So at the end of the day, I usually side with the players on most everything. I also understand, though, to your point, like what you're talking about, do you want to play or not? Yeah. And he does, of course, but it's his agent trying to get the best deal for him. The compromise that they ended up getting worked out, for whatever it's worth, now Shamar Stewart gets a more lucrative payout structure than previous picks at number 17 have. So they got a benefit there while giving up the language that they didn't want. Either way, it's all done. He's in camp now. Good for them. Is he actually going to be good is the thing that we now can focus on, and that's a much bigger question because his production in college was not great. His physical talents are all there.
I think he got good quarterback pressures, but he never got the sacks. So he could get to the quarterback. He just can't get them on the ground. And
good thing in the NFL, it's easier to do that.
Well, I'll tell you what. In his case, Trey Hendrickson needs to sign.
Oh, yeah. That would help him look a lot better.
If they have to avoid Trey and they end up running into him, that would be ideal for him.
Yeah, I would think. Just like everybody else on the Bengals, they're all rooting for that Trey Hendrickson deal to get done. So the attention does turn there, and we'll keep an eye on all that as well. So 11 Warriors put out their list of top 25 plays in OSU history. I'll run through the top 5 for you real quick. Do you want me to start with 1 or 5?
5.
All right. We'll go in ascending order. Is that what that is? So number 5, best play of all time in Ohio State history, according to them. That is Curtis Samuel's touchdown to win it in double overtime. The spot was good that game. The touchdown that he scored after that moment, that was 5.
Yep.
Number 4 was Maurice Clarett stripping Sean Taylor.
That was 4?
Yeah, national championship game.
That was going to be 1. Go ahead.
Well, you'll know 1 when you hear it.
Okay.
3 is as they called it, the Lone Star Heist. That is the Jack Sawyer scoop and score.
Okay.
Yeah, the Texas game.
I think Maurice's is a little better than that, but go ahead.
That's fair.
I agree, Tyvis.
Maurice's is like the game's like. The thing about the Jack Sawyer thing is they were already winning the game.
Exactly.
Like,
that one sealed it.
The Maurice one was like. You would have lost.
We're having recency bias with the Jackson.
I agree with that. But it's also like he ran it in for a touchdown. It wasn't just like
I hear you, but
he tackled him and got the fumble. He ran it in for a touchdown.
Even that was the case, like they still was up 7. Like,
yeah, that's I get it. You're right. And like in the same thing a little bit, I'm surprised that like the pressure at the end of the Miami game in 2002, where it's like they were on their last ditch effort, but they got in there and got essentially forced Ken Dorsey more or less got sacked.
Yeah, shout out to
like that was that ended that game. And that I think is probably one that we could have a little higher too. Anyway, 85 yards through the heart of the South, Zeke's run in your guys' championship run.
That was a banger.
That was number 2 against Alabama. Number 1, though, November 9th, 2002, Greg Krenzel, Mike Jenkins.
Holy Buckeye.
Yeah, against Purdue.
I like that. I can respect
that's fair.
that.
I mean, at the time, right? Who knows? If you don't win that Purdue game, you're probably not getting into the national championship game because it wasn't 4, it was 2.
Yeah.
There's one game. And if you weren't undefeated, that was pretty tough to get in there, especially if your one loss was to Purdue. That's probably not happening. But your play that made it on the list, that was when you had the pick in the game. That was against Michigan in 2013. That
23.
Yeah. That was play number 12. That was actually number 12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you almost made the top 10.
Wow.
Were there any interceptions ahead of this interception, Tito? Just simple yes or no. The answer is no.
No.
Which leads to my claim that was the biggest interception in Ohio State history.
First of all, this is an opinion. This is an opinion piece.
This is now multiple opinions that say that's the biggest interception in Ohio State history.
Is there another interception on the list?
The Chris Gamble interception against Penn State is like the 25th play, I believe. So you're way ahead of that.
What was the?
They need to put some more.
They didn't put your Alabama interception on there, which I'm pounding the table that is incorrect. It should have been somewhere on the list.
Who was it that had the interception at the end? We were just talking about it last week at the end of the Michigan game in 2002. Will Allen's, yeah, that also sealed the game and just made sure it was the final nail in the coffin that said, all right, there we go. But Michigan was driving, and that obviously could have all the demons being exercised in that particular interception, right? Because that's a moment where so many Ohio State teams were like, they're really close. They have to close the door, though, and beat Michigan. And then in that game, something happens where they're like, all they got to do here, right, is just Sean Springs doesn't fall down, that kind of stuff. So Will Allen making that pick was highly impactful. I think that one could have been on this list. I don't even think it is. I don't even think it made the list.
But how devastating would it have been if Michigan would have?
Chris Gamble should have been higher than mine. They were down 7-3, third quarter with 13 minutes. Yeah. And he picked 60 to give him. I don't know what the final.
I like how the dynamic here is that Dylan and I are both telling you your play was the best in Ohio State history as far as interceptions go. And you're saying
because I just think that's just not. It's impossible.
Yeah, this is a character switch up.
It's impossible that we have that many great players that's come through here. It just I can't fathom my play. The best. That's just impossible.
A play that made the list here, and I love this. This was also in the Alabama game. Steve Miller, who we don't talk enough about that play.
Banger.
That the thick six, as they were calling it. Take the money and run, baby. Steve Miller band. Yeah, that play. We don't talk enough about that one. I love that play.
Six. I like that.
I got to ask Tyvis because I went to that college football playoff game with Alabama, and when I watched the highlights that 11 Warriors put out with the list, is the first time that I actually watched your play on a screen.
Which one?
The interception against Alabama.
Okay, yes.
Why did you take the ball out of the end zone?
Okay, so
we were talking about this in the studio the other day, and I agree with your logic.
So okay, if you go back and watch that game, when Zeke went through the heart of the South, I think he put us up 14 points.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. Bama scored quick, got a 3 and out, used all their timeouts, got the ball back.
So you know why they scored quick?
Was it because of you?
See, that's the problem. So this is what happened. This is what happened. I will take responsibility. It's not my fault, but I will take the responsibility. The reason it's my fault is because we were in quarters. And the way that we ran quarters was me and Duran essentially double team. If it was 3-by-1, me and Duran double teamed the guy on the outside that he was checking. He ran a dig and go. So when he ran the dig, I dropped down to cut the dig. Duran was supposed to be behind me to replace me as a safety. Duran also ran with the dig. So when he ran the go, he went past both of us. And it looked like it's my fault because everybody's like, why didn't you just stay over the top? Well, I was playing it the way that I was coached to play it. And Duran was the one that was not supposed to do what he did. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows that. Dude catches the ball and gets down the field and they score real quick. And it's like my fault. So to the world, it's my fault. So when I got the pick, I wanted to go back up 14 again so I could erase what had just happened. That's why I ran it out the end zone.
See, I got most of that when we talked about it in the office the other week, but I didn't get the part where you ran over Duran Grant with a bus. Like that part, where you just backed that bus right over him, and we're like, yeah.
I mean, no, it's not back. It's not throwing him under the bus. It's what happened. He's never going to admit to it, but that's exactly what happened.
At least Tyvis waited 10 years to publicly do
That's
it.
right. There you go. Training camps got underway in full this weekend in the NFL. That means there were some training camp fights. We will tell you about them next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, still no crashes to report for your Monday commute, but we are still monitoring a disabled vehicle in the downtown area. This one happening 670 eastbound, just past 71, that southbound intersection. The right shoulder still blocked at this hour. Not too sure why crews are taking a while to clear this one up, but of course want to make sure you're extra cautious on the roads. Thankfully, not causing any major slowdowns in this area. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. If Baths R Us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
I love my public school. My teachers are awesome. And everyone who works here makes sure I have what I need to learn and be my best. My classmates and I need your support too. Please stand with the Ohio Education Association to ask for the fully funded public schools every kid deserves.
Ohio's public schools are the heart of our communities. They're safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive.
Because in Ohio, public education matters.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White here with your 10 weather impact forecast as we kick off the week here today on your Monday. We're tracking partly cloudy skies, but also the chance for a few scattered showers and storms here for the afternoon. Not as widespread as what we had over the weekend, but still a chance here for today. Otherwise, it will be hot and humid with highs around 90. And then we got lower 90s here for Tuesday and Wednesday, but another chance for showers and storms as a cold front arrives here on Wednesday. And that's going to knock our high temperatures down into the upper 70s with more sunshine here as we wrap up the week on Thursday and Friday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Football's back, baby. We're going to be at training camp. Training camp? OSU camp. Opens up. We'll be out there Thursday and Friday broadcasting live. The station will be out there Saturday as well. So we'll have shows out there all weekend long. You can get firsthand accounts from all, whoever we can get. We're going to try to get Ryan Day on, try to get anybody out there that wants to come on. But Tyvis and I will be out there bright and early, 6 a.m. Thursday and Friday morning. So make sure you check that out. Training camp is also going on in the NFL. The Falcons are at their training camp, and apparently the first-team offense was going up against the second-team defense. Rookie edge rusher James Pierce and guard Matthew Bergeron got into it. Apparently, Bergeron's helmet was knocked off.
James Pierce, that's the rookie. They just drafted him out of Tennessee.
Apparently, he's trying to make his name known.
As a matter of fact, James Pierce, if I remember correctly, James Pierce Jr. was the guy out of Tennessee whose stock dropped because he had some type of incident off the field where his stock was dropping a little bit, and the Falcons traded next year's first-round pick to move back up in the first round and I think draft him, if I remember that correctly. Because when it happened, I said, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I think everyone but the Atlanta Falcons agreed with you.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever. If you go trade next year's first, usually you come back for a quarterback or something like that. For an edge. So he has to hit. Go ahead with the story.
Well, for what it's worth, the things you're talking about, reportedly the concerns were a lack of drive, attitude issues, and maturity concerns. Mm-hmm. Some teams supposedly dropped him completely off their draft boards. Now, that doesn't mean he's at fault here, but give you some context on that. Maybe one of the, he's on the second team defense, first team offensive guy, a little more established players sitting there saying, hold on a second, dude. I know we're going at it here. We're trying to be physical, but that's not necessarily the way to step about it. So there ended up being a fight there where ESPN's Mark Raimondi said it became a little bit more than just a regular little pushing and shoving. Apparently, fellow edge rusher Leonard Floyd stepped in on behalf of Pierce. Pierce then squared off later with right tackle Caleb McGarry, leading to a second heated exchange, and that's the one where apparently more of the guys got involved. Jeff Ulbrich, who is, am I wrong? That's defensive coordinator there, but is that not also the guy whose kid was out there?
Pranking Shedeur Sanders.
Pranking Shedeur Sanders, right. He said this is a learning opportunity. He said we're trying to develop a culture, a style of play for sure. Part of that is the violence with which we want to play and aggression. So that's what he says part of this came from. He's not apparently too worried about it. He thinks it's a good thing.
I mean, yes, you want your defense to be aggressive for sure. I hear that 100%. My thing with that is I need to know, I don't know if they're in pads yet.
And it said they had helmets on.
See,
but that doesn't. But is that because you can wear a helmet, but then have what do they call it? The shell.
Yeah, the shells.
Explain what that is, because I've always heard
the shells. It's just a little padded thing. It's
nothing like your actual shoulder pads and all that stuff.
So if you ever wore a pair of shoulder pads, underneath the shoulder pads, you got like that little material.
Yeah,
it's that.
That's all.
That's it.
Right,
without the hard shell on.
Okay, gotcha. So that's So not something where you're going usually 100%. If you're in, if that's what it was, we don't know. But if that's what it was,
it's like wearing a life jacket. Kind of like what it is, like that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Anyway, he said, no. The reason because if they have pads on, like obviously the D line and the O line, like the part of camp is when you're just in helmets, you can't really get good work in when you're on the D line because you don't go hard. Like you can't. Like that's causing tangles up and all that stuff. So it's a false sense of what it is. If they was doing this with the pads on, that's when it's more physical. Guys are really going after because now you're really getting your work in. You can really do your moves and all of those things. So to see that this has happened this early, first of all, this usually happens after a week of camp because you build up that testosterone. You're around this guy. Maybe he's holding you, and it's starting to get annoying after a while. Like that's when the tempers start flaring. But they're a little early on that, and for the fact that they did this without pads on, like I think you're doing a little too much. Both sides.
If pads weren't on, then that would kind of lend to your point. These are two probably veteran guys on the offensive line going up against a rookie who's on the second team. Could that be a little bit too of like, you don't understand how this is done?
Yeah,
like,
you got to be a pro.
You can be aggressive.
You got to be a pro. Take care of your guys. You save that for the opposite team. And then we get pads on. There's going to be times in practice where we're going to get to go at each other. That's what makes us better. But for the most part, everybody's trying to get to the season. Don't get me wrong. I get it. People are trying to get, for him, he's trying to get with the first team. So he's trying to impress to get, but like, to me, you can't really impress nobody until you get the pads on when you're playing in the box. In my personal opinion,
there were some interesting things coming out around Christian Wilkins this past weekend. So the Raiders released him. We talked about this on Friday. Defensive tackle that played at Clemson, did some good things in the league. A lot of people seem to think that. He still was a pretty big contributor wherever he was defensively. Last year with the Raiders, he hurt his foot 6 games in. And was out for the rest of the season. We heard that he got released with, I forget, what do you have, like $35 million or would have been guaranteed, but they're trying to void that because they're saying apparently one of the things was that he wasn't doing his rehab exactly the way they wanted him to. Anyway, that situation was weird. Josina Anderson reported this over the weekend that some league sources believe an incident involving a teammate may have factored in part into the Raiders' fatigue and then release of defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. Beyond the management of the foot injury, Raiders have not officially confirmed an incident or a complaint involving Wilkins and a teammate, though another direct league source confirmed awareness of a situation in which, quote, Christian was playing around, is the quote that she got from a league source. And apparently that situation, whatever it was, coupled with him not maybe rehabbing the foot the same way they wanted him to, they're trying to get him off the books and get the money back. And they don't want him to be a part of the team. That has led, fair or not, to people pointing out that Christian Wilkins has, at times, both in college and the NFL, been seen doing weird things in the pile where he kind of grabs people in inappropriate places, to say the least.
He practically gave Curtis Samuel a rectal exam on the field.
There you go. That's a good way to say that. Right. So
he cuffed it. It was a cuff. He cuffed it.
So, and there's also a video of him when he was with the Dolphins. Josh Allen is in the pile and he hops up real quick and looks back at him like, what are you doing? And so there's more than one time where that's happened. So people are then drawing conclusions on, is this something that happened between him and a teammate? No way to know. Okay, so I'm not putting that speculation out there. I'm just saying these are the things that now people are starting to go, all right, what is this incident? Because the way everyone's talking about this, they're not calling it a fight, and they're not calling it like, oh, yeah, there was, here's the situation. They're saying there was an incident with a teammate that was, quote, unquote, weird, and that Christian was, quote, playing around. So you got all these different little buzzes around the league about what this could be. We don't know the answer, but that's odd because like you said last week, he's a good player. So it's shocking that they were suddenly like, yeah, we're done with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, Christian Wilkins, what I would say is every locker room has, guys that do funny stuff, play around and do that type of stuff.
Okay.
On the field, I think that that is his tactic of trying to take people out of the game, get your mind off the game. You know, people, it's a weird game where people try to do anything they can to throw you off your game. Like, for example, Lance Stevenson blowing in LeBron's ear. Like, it's just people do stuff like that to try to take your mentality somewhere else.
Trying to mess with the guy.
Try to get in your head. Okay. And I think that was his tactics of doing that. As far as the locker room stuff goes, like I said, people play around all the time. I can tell you, I've been on multiple teams where guys do funny stuff in the locker room, and it's just like, hey, hey, like I ain't, you know, whatever. Like it's one of those type of things, but it's never led to somebody being released because of that. Like, it's just locker room stuff. It's just people goofy all the time.
It feels like there's just more to this situation that we don't know. Whether whatever Jacina Anderson's talking about now, I mean, she obviously is reporting this. She has a pretty solid background reporting NFL stuff. She knows the drill on all that. So I don't know what this is, but just keep an eye on it because that's a story that seems like there's not enough of an explanation as to why they're getting rid of a dude who was otherwise believed to be pretty good. I guess unless you want to say, well, it's not the regime that signed him to this contract.
I mean, that's part of it. I mean, maybe they look at it like they don't value the defensive tackle position like they should. You know, maybe they think, they can go somewhere younger, cheaper, and their scheme requires that money to be spent somewhere else. I'm trying to think when I was in Seattle with Pete Carroll, did we have dominant tackles? I know they spent the second-round pick on Jaron Reed. I can't remember who our other defensive tackle was, but I know they value the edges, and if you're giving $110 million to a defensive tackle, maybe they're like, we can allocate those dollars somewhere else, and I think that probably could be a part of that reason why they're trying to avoid the money so they can get him off the books.
Especially if there's something there that whatever's happened, if there's something that has caused the organization of the team to sour on him, the players in it or the front office, either way, that it's such a significant move that I feel like there's going to be more reporting on that, right? There's got to be some.
This weird stuff happens in Vegas all the time. Remember, it was like AB. Remember that? Oh, yeah. He signed AB, and then he had what was it, frostbite on his feet or something? Yep. And then he won it out. And it's always a big name that go there, and it's just some weird stuff happen.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one for you. Pretty soon, all NFL football going to be played indoors if the league continues to trend the way they are. That'll make Tyvis very happy. It'll piss me off. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, with fog comes lower visibility. We're still noticing some big impacts for folks over on the east side. Etna, Pataskala still looking at you this morning for your Monday commute. 70 at State Route 310, just not looking any better. Very dicey, very challenging, especially if you're heading into the downtown scene this morning. A similar situation for folks over in Grove City. If you're heading up on 71 northbound, pretty slow out there, especially on Greenlawn Avenue. Looking at 25 miles per hour for your drive time there. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
YouTube chat going today. Downtown Dad is in there. You can join him. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right in. He's been asking about my beardless face. He said, can we get a blur over Bone's bottom face half? You missed it last week. We shaved off my beard.
Has it been itchy yet?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No, it's fine. I'm good.
You really it's growing back. Like,
I know.
Already got the stubble.
Yeah, I'm going to say my over-under is, so what did we get this done? Last Thursday.
Yes.
So this Thursday's 1 week. I'm going to say.
It's been a few days and your stuff is like that already.
Probably Thursday.
Sheesh.
I'm going to say, it's not going to look like it did, but I'm going to say that I will have the basic assemblage of a beard by August 7th. That's a week from this Thursday. I think it'll be like in enough that you could say, oh yeah, he has a beard now. I'll probably be to your length of beard in 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah, probably so.
That's impressive. Must be nice.
I don't know if that's true.
If I shave my beard
I'm hoping
off,
it'll be
if
like
I
that.
shave my beard off, it's going to take me like 2 months to get it back.
Really?
Yeah.
It took you that long to grow your beard?
I feel like my hair grows slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe mine does too. I don't know. We're going to find out together.
Hopefully, I never have to find out. Even though my wife continues to say, I want to see it. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
It's funny though. I saw Bodie walking around earlier today, and I said, "Hey, what's up, Bodie?" And he looked up and he goes, hi," and he just was like, "Sorry, I'm still not used to it." I'm like, I'm not used to it. I look in the mirror and I'm like, "Whoa!"
It's less than you ain't got to put like beard balm in. You could just go.
No, I know. It's nice though because it's just I feel the breeze now. I felt the rain yesterday, man. I was out I went to the hardware store to pick a couple things, and I get through the checkout line, and I'm just about to walk out, and I look out and I see it is coming down. Mm-hmm. It was like Noah's Ark out there. Yeah. And so I went outside and stood under the cover of the entrance or the exit. You know, they have the little hangover so you can stand under it, right? Yeah. Overhang. And I'm waiting, and there's me and more and more people are piling up in this area. And we stood there for 3 minutes, and it is just not letting up. And I said, screw it. I'm going to walk out to my car. Took me maybe 20 seconds to get to my car. And I got in that thing, and I tell you, it looked like someone had taken a hose and just sprayed me down, doused me in water. I was soaked. I had to go home and change for 20 seconds out. I got caught in the worst rainstorm. So I don't know if anybody else got caught in those yesterday, but man, that was bad.
I'm still laughing at the fact that I'm impressed. 20 seconds, huh? It took you to jog to the car.
I wasn't jogging. I walked.
Oh, you crazy.
No, I watched Mythbusters. Mythbusters said you get as wet when you run or walk. It doesn't matter. It's the same amount.
You believe that?
I thought they did some math on that.
I don't believe that. I don't think that's true.
I don't know. They said because you're running and then even though you're in it shorter amount of time, you're still running into more rain. Whereas if you're walking, you're running into less rain.
I almost want to test that theory out.
Well, here's what I know. I got drenched yesterday, so it didn't matter.
Well, you walked. Good
I know.
For you. It serves you well.
So there is a push in the NFL, and I think we're going to get there where every game is going to be indoors, or 95% of the games. Because latest is the Broncos have come forward and said, we're looking at our stadium in the next 5 years to redo it. What do we do? And they've been having conversations about everything from having the stadium moved to a different location, Mile High Stadium. I forget what it is. I don't even remember what it's called now, which company sponsors it. But, that stadium, right? That they're talking about keeping it where it is, but renovating it, knocking it down and building a new one, or building a new one on another site. And then the question has come up, and the owners of the team kind of talked about it. We put a survey out, and we're not releasing the results, but we asked about possibly having a covered stadium. They're in Denver. It does get cold there.
It does.
So
what they say?
They said that we're going to talk about that at a later date, which tells me they're probably going to have a dome. Because that's... It sounds like they said, when we talked to our valued partners and our corporate sponsors, and they had some very interesting thoughts about an indoor facility. And it's like, okay, so you're saying the Richie Riches want it to be inside, and you're probably going to put it inside, and that's going to be another stadium. It's going to be in a dome. Eagles apparently are also surveying their fans because they're talking about getting a new stadium at some point in the next 5 years. And their fans, they are already kind of hinting around the idea of, if we want to get a Super Bowl, folks, Not going to have that if we don't get a dome.
That's a fact. This is a fact.
Also, you can't have Taylor Swift in the wintertime if you don't have a dome on your stadium.
That's exactly right.
Well,
you're missing out on all the concert rev. So you can't do that.
As long as Travis Kelce is dating her, she will do a concert in Cleveland at some point. It's going to happen. And if we have to wait, we got 4 more years until the dome open? That's fine.
What is, in your mind, the worst part of college football season? What part of college football season sucks the worst? Let me tell you what I think it is.
The beginning.
No, the beginning's great for me because you're opening up and everybody, let's see.
It's sloppy play.
Okay, fine. But you know what?
Every league.
Yeah, it's true enough.
Well, he said, he asked me the question. I answered the question.
I think a lot of fans would say this when they go to the Motor City Bowl and show that it's 2 teams wearing goofy uniforms, don't even look like they're regular uniforms.
Watch that?
No, but that's the point. No one wants to watch that other than the fans of those 2 teams because it's in a dome. There's no college atmosphere. There's none of the things that make college football great. And what you end up having is now every team has 18 uniform combinations. They wear goofy versions of their uniforms, don't even look like the teams. They're playing in sterilized domes in front of not a lot of enthusiastic fans. That's really bad. College football is actually what made college football great is what the NFL has now, where you have recognizable teams in the uniforms you're used to seeing them in, playing outside in the elements with turf in their helmets and all that stuff.
You could still do that in the dome.
Yeah, you lost me when you brought it up the weather with all that.
The weather's the biggest part. Do you need to have weather for football? That's a big part of it.
No, here's my take.
You are lying to yourself.
I
love yourself.
I love
it. I would Tyvis with that it should all be inside, and here's why.
Oh,
I do not want the fate of everyone playing to be decided on whether it decided to be 6 degrees and windy on a random January. That shouldn't be a factor on who's the better team or not. If we just have the same conditions all the time, we know who the better team is.
Think about this, T-Bone. In 2015, when Ohio State lost to Michigan State, and I watched this man do this windmill run around the field, you know that in the majority of that game, it rained, the majority of that game, which made it 7-14.
Okay. Then that's the.
Don't nobody want to see that.
Yeah, I was on attendance. It was disgusting and cold and wet.
Just imagine.
Here's where we're headed.
If it was a beautiful day, they had a backup quarterback in. Do you understand that?
Here's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have the NFL because now the Browns had their stupid alpha dog uniforms that just came out. You can be the alpha dog when you win.
It's
how
not
many games?
It's the color rush jersey with a new helmet. That's all I see.
Okay, fine. But now you have every team is going to have 1 million uniform combinations. You're going to play all these games indoors. It's going to look like the Motor City Bowl in the NFL. It's going to look less and less like what you think of when you think the NFL. When I think of the NFL, I think of iconic brands, iconic uniforms, out in the slop and the gross. Sometimes there's grass stains, there's mud. Sometimes there's snow and rain.
You can get grass stains on the indoor as long as you got a grass field.
But, right. They don't. They don't do grass fields. A lot of them don't. They do the
Cardinals got a grass field.
There's one. You named one.
So don't sit there and say that they don't do it.
I don't think they're doing that. Most of these teams are not doing it.
Vikings on turf? I don't remember.
I'm saying most of these teams are going to be on turf indoors, and it's going to be sterilized. And you're right. I guess it'll be, that's fine. I just feel like that takes away an essential element of football, which is the elements. Baseball doesn't play in mostly the rain. Right? When it starts to rain, they bring the tarp out. NBA, they can't play outside. You've seen what happened when they put a game on an aircraft carrier. Condensation ruined that. Ask Michigan State and was that Carolina, I want to say, that tried to do that. Didn't go well, right? So that's out. The only other game that does involve the elements, and has it worked for them? Hockey, they go outside and it's fun. And everybody loves it. It's like, wow, I hope we do more of these. That's what the NFL is saying. Let's get away from our giant football stadiums that are outdoors where the NHL craves that atmosphere. The NFL's like, what we want to do, put all of that away. Browns are playing inside. The only teams that will probably stay outside will be like the Packers will do it just because it's Lambeau. But if you lose the Broncos and the Eagles, both of them go in domes, Browns are going in a dome. There's 3 more cold weather elements outside stadiums that are now going away. I'm just saying,
now,
I don't think it's good.
There's a total of 10 teams with the dome or retractable roof or whatever you want to call it. I just
gave you probably 3 more that are going to happen.
So 13. So that means there's still 19 teams that's going to be outside.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
It's not trending that way. I'm telling you. Every team now is looking at, we got to get a Super Bowl. No.
Good. More money, yes.
All I got out of this discussion is that Tyvis would be a 2-time national champion if the shoe was a dome. That's it. That's what I heard out of this.
Don't worry. That'll be next. We'll start heading there in a few years. We got to think about the future of Ohio. When they start putting that survey out, when you see a Ross Bjork email that says the future of Ohio Stadium, just get ready. That's where that discussion's headed. All right. It is the buzzer next. And crosstalk. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, all morning long, we've been talking about patches of really intense fog. Now we're talking about scattered showers, especially for folks on our north side. 270 at Smoky Row Road, definitely noticing some wet conditions out there. Thankfully, drivers are taking it nice and slow, just like these drive times here. 270 eastbound and westbound, definitely a lot slower than usual. Even 315 southbound clocking you at 38 miles per hour. Be extra cautious on the roads as you step out for your Monday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger, and you can get started now by saving when you join today. We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need, and you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Offer ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Guys, don't live with tiredness and low energy. Get your life back with testosterone therapy at Low T Center. Take the test, get those fast results, and start TRT with Columbus's leading experts in men's health. And now it's easier than ever with the new Synergenics Health app, an innovation in healthcare technology you will not find anywhere else. So download the Synergenics Health app now or book an appointment while the test is still free at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
The Reds hired a new manager on this date, July 28th, back in 1952. They picked one with a great baseball pedigree, Hall of Famer Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby had been inducted into the Hall of Fame 10 years earlier. He retired with a lifetime batting average of .358, second only to Ty Cobb. But for all his talents as a hitter, Hornsby proved to be a terrible manager. He had a reputation as a difficult teammate from his playing days, and it carried over to his time managing the Reds. The players couldn't stand him, and the great Rogers Hornsby only lasted a season and a half before the Reds let him go in 1953. Rogers Hornsby joined the Reds this July 28, 1952, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Newman Roofing is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat fan drive. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin County Fire Station or buy online. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large big Coke drinks. Get 69-cent large big Coke drinks at Speedway with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Breaking news. This is a promo for an actual football game. It's time for the Hall of Fame game.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Catch the Lions and Chargers live from Canton Thursday, July 31st on your home of the NFL, The Fan.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last two, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Adding to the hat party.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Ryan Baker in the house. Bishop and
Adding
friends.
to the bald party, too.
Well, I can't relate, you know.
Yeah. Well, not anymore.
No, you got it fixed.
Now that Dr. Feelgood got a hold of you.
Baker, I've been wanting to say something that I think it might be controversial to people, but I think it's the right thing.
Okay.
Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever. Kelsey Mitchell's been on the heater like the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
I believe when Caitlin Clark comes back, they should run the offense through Kelsey Mitchell and not Caitlin Clark. I think Caitlin Clark's best thing about her, what makes her special, everybody is talking about how she just shoots these threes from anywhere. Like, that's great. But what really makes Caitlin Clark so good is her court vision. She be throwing some dimes. I believe that if they want to score and they need a bucket, they should set Kelsey Mitchell up and not Caitlin Clark.
Well, I'm not going to pretend that I'm watching a lot of WNBA, and by not a lot, I mean 0.
You need to watch it.
But
Kelsey Mitchell is a Buckeye.
I don't think that's wrong, because I have always said the best female basketball player I have ever seen in my life in person is Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah. Like, she's the best. She's amazing.
She went for 35.
And she's still doing it
35 yesterday, 7 for 10 from the trade line, 3 steals. She was balling. It's crazy because they do kind of look better without Caitlin Clark. As crazy as that sounds.
It's a luxury, right, to have both of those girls.
Yeah, but you can't trade Caitlin Clark because that would be.
They're not. And
nobody's saying that.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Well, but I think there is a legitimate case. You've watched more women's basketball than I have, Tyvis, but I check in on these games. I'm looking at this box score. I did not watch the game yesterday. They beat Chicago, which they didn't have Angel Reese.
Yeah.
They won 93-78. And like you said, Kelsey Mitchell was on a heater. Go watch the highlights. She's incredible. But yeah, like every time I tune into a Fever game and she's playing and Caitlin Clark isn't, like, they do have a little bit more flow to the offense. And we've seen that before in other sports, right? Where it's like, yeah, this is the player that has the most attention. And I don't think Caitlin Clark is a bad basketball player at all. I do think when you watch them play, Caitlin Clark is a lot better when she is facilitating.
Yes.
And this year, I don't know if you know this, Baker, she has made like 2. Caitlin Clark on road games, she has made a total of 2 3-pointers away from the Indiana. Now, the home confines, she shoots fine, but her season 3-point percentage is like under 30%, that's not Caitlin Clark. That's not what people thought she was going to do in the WNBA. So she has struggled a little bit this year, probably due to some of the injuries.
Don't you think, too, though, with her, like we've seen, there is a certain amount of jealousy with her in the fact that she gets all the headlines and the attention.
Yeah.
And she is a great player, but she may not be quite as good as all of the news attention she gets. And I think there's a jealousy. And I think when she's on the court, the other teams might play a little harder.
Yeah, that could be the case.
And try harder to shut her down. Maybe you're getting their best effort all the time because, I feel like, at least, I'm not saying this is true, I feel like there's a lot of jealousy towards Caitlin Clark.
Oh, for sure.
Which is pretty insane because, to me, the reason they can wear those shirts they're wearing right now is because of Caitlin Clark, because she is putting so many eyeballs on the sport.
No, that's fair.
That is fair.
But I think that's, I think it's not wrong that players do, though, feel, I don't blame people who say, oh, that's jealousy, and I don't blame the players for being a little jealous, too, because it's like, yeah, but we've been playing in this league and we've been doing well, regardless of how many eyeballs have been on it. The discussions that come around about Caitlin Clark is the best player in the game before she ever stepped on the court, that's where I can understand some of the WNBA players being like, well, hold on a second. We're pros. Like, you may not know about us. You may not follow the game as much. Now you will because of Caitlin Clark. But let's not just like we wouldn't with an NBA player, right, who's just going to walk in and dominate the NBA. It is harder to do once you're a pro. And I feel like there's room for both of that, right? Like, room for some of that jealousy because Caitlin Clark gets all the attention, but also probably a little bit of, hey, maybe the people who are weighing in on this who don't watch any WNBA, maybe there are some players like Kelsey Mitchell who have been a bucket for a long time. And as a former Buckeye, I'm rooting for her. She's great. What is she, like 5'8"?
Yeah, Kelsey?
She's not
5'8",
big.
yeah.
Like, it's crazy to see her out there with some of the bigger players. And
I want to say Caitlin Clark 6 feet, maybe.
I think you're right. Yeah. She's taller.
Yeah, Mitchell, though, the best I've ever watched in person, like been there and seen my eyeballs on them in person. She's the best women's basketball player I've ever seen.
Yeah, I tweeted out that she's a walking bucket, and Gary was like, oh, I bet do that. We used to hoop all the time at the JO South, which him and Malik Hooker used to, I guess they wanted to go pro in two sports. They used to like play basketball heavily.
No Ricky Dudleys out there.
Yeah, no, they wanted to, like, they still believe that they could, like, play D2, D3, like college basketball.
You probably believe you could beat them.
No. They was no, they was good. They was actually really good. But, like, they hooped a lot with Kelsey there.
What's coming up on the show today, Baker?
Well, 20 most interesting might be my least favorite. 20 most interesting today, as we've got to talk about that team up north.
Ugh.
So you'll get to hear our thoughts on the Michigan men.
Well, they're interesting. I'll give you that.
How about Jim Rome's little shot at Michigan over the, what was that, Friday on his show? We'll play that for you, too, in Thing or Not a Thing. We'll also talk to Austin Ward about the Buckeyes camp opening up this week. Excited for that.
Y'all will be out there,
Football is
right?
here, Tyvis. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think I will be, but Bo and Reese will be.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be back here pushing the buttons.
Yeah, I forget that part.
Yeah, we'll be out there. Should be fun.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
You and Reese can rotate.
There you go.
No, we wouldn't do that to Reese. Reese has earned this. He's worked hard.
Does Reese
want to
go on the road?
Well, you'd have to ask Reese, or I can't speak for that.
I'll
man.
ask him after this
There
show.
we go. Perfect. Buzzer time. Let's do it.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
Apparently, Nintendo has confirmed through their Nintendo Today app. Someone asked the app, I guess there's like an AI function or something where you can ask questions about various things within the world of Nintendo. Someone asked it, Princess Peach and Mario, what's the relationship? Is it a situationship? What is it? The app said, quote, Princess Peach and Mario are good friends, and they help each other out whenever they can. So apparently there's no romance.
I was triggered when I saw this.
I was triggered.
I wonder if that's a Wednesday, Thursday, Tyvis.
You need to
You lost him. He's gone.
He's done.
You got him.
Peach just throwing Mario in the friend zone after how many countless times Mario has saved her from Bowser.
Yeah.
Unbelievable women these days.
Bishop and Friends is next. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still noticing some slowdowns for folks over on our north side. That's Plain City, Dublin. Looking at you because of some rain we were noticing out there. So taking a close look at your drive times, definitely a lot slower, especially on 270 northbound, clocking you at 53 miles per hour in certain portions there. Delaware County, looking at you guys. If you're making your way out the door, definitely a lot slower on 23 south between 36 to 270 will take you 21 minutes. We got yellow indicators over there in your neck of the woods. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic. Make it a great day.
Central Ohio contractors and homeowners. 3D Cabinetry is your go-to for fast, hassle-free service from order to install. 3D Cabinetry delivers fully assembled all-wood affordable cabinets. Visit 3dcabinetry.net today for your free consultation. That's 3dcabinetry.net.
Cash, moolah, greenback toast, Grilla, chips, bread and mold, cheddar, butter, lewd and scratch. Find the lettuce, make a match. Lettuce, gravy, game on the back for $30. That's a wrap. There's many words for cash, no doubt, but there's only one $30 cash word. Check it out. Cash word from Ohio Lottery. It's $30 show. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions of prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas!
Then it's off to Rome,
Georgia!
And you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
The sun is out and the savings are on at Caitlin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Take up to $7,000 off MSRP on any new Kia EV in stock, or get up to $3,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing for 60 months. Visit CoglinKia.com.
Largest Kia dealer based on current ground stock at all 4 Caitlin Kia locations. 0% for 60 months equals $1,667 per 1,000 finance. All manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Dealer financing required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. Ends 7/31/25.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I got the nicest Google review today. Dewey from Gehanna said, "We cannot believe we are able to get the Pella look and quality at the cost we did."
I got a review too. Listen to this. These windows were great. Oh boy, for about a year. Looks like I'll need to renew, in quotes for some reason, my windows way too soon. Repeat customer?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple of years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See